This is James Arnold Taylor, voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Welcome to a more civilized podcast. This is the podcast you're looking for. You may not go about your business. Stay here, listen, and then move along.
Oh yeah. Hello there, lady listeners. This is your favorite tall, dark, handsome man in black, Darth Vader. This podcast's lack of sexiness disturbs me. It's time to bring some attractiveness to my new empire.
Hey, welcome to the show, everybody. Oh my goodness. Happy Valentine's Day tomorrow. Oh my goodness. That was excellent. Oh my heavens. Well, first off, as always, I'm Kyler.
I'm Chris.
I'm Ross.
And with us today, we have three very special, very sexy guests. To my left is my wife, Christina.
Hello.
To her left, and to Chris's right,
Is my wife, Jessica.
Hi.
and then returning to the show, to Ross's right and Chris's left,
This is really important.
is Ross's wife, Carrie.
Hello.
Oh man, you longtime listeners might recall her hilarity from our prequel trivia episode where she made me just laugh till I was crying most times she opened her mouth. Anyway, Ross, you've got some news for us, I think.
I do. I have a couple pieces of news. So, first of all, we have an exciting bit of news for us. We have Christopher Sean has followed us on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
That was awesome.
Yep.
That's the voice of Kaz on Resistance.
Yep, Kazuda Ziono from Resistance, the voice actor. He followed us on Twitter, which was pretty cool.
Hello, Christopher. I always love meeting a new Christopher.
Oh, that's true. He's in your Christopher Club
He's
now.
part of the club. That's right.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah. So we were on Twitter one day, and I was following one of the other Star Wars podcasts, and they had already responded to him.
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
And he just had a tweet out and was like, "Hey, I need some new Star Wars things to listen to. Bonus points if there's Resistance on it." And I was like, "Hey,
Yeah, we had just
Sure enough.
done, I think, a Resistance.
You guys
review.
weren't even the first ones to post it, though.
yeah,
I went through his response. One of the very first people to respond to that. I apologize, listener, that I didn't catch your
Really?
handle, though. But yeah, it was More Civilized Podcast. And I was just like, thank you, whoever
Nice.
you are.
wait, someone else.
I
posted
didn't
for us?
see that.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one either.
You didn't?
That's
yeah, One of
fantastic.
the very first responses was someone that I don't know.
That's
Yeah.
great. I didn't see that because I saw Ross's and I
Yeah.
was like, oh shoot,
I'll look that
I'm
up
going to get on
between
there and plug
episodes,
this,
and
you
when we
know?
record the next one, I will give you proper credit if I can
Yeah.
even find that in the slew of responses to that.
Yeah, there were a lot. They piled on pretty quick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did.
But yeah, so dude, well, whoever you were, you know who you are, and we appreciate it. So thank you.
Yeah, super. So again, yeah, super exciting for us. So next, we have some set photos from episode 9 that have been released. Now, are these releases or leaks? I didn't find this bit.
I
of news.
think they were leak Reese's.
Ah,
We're going to leak some of these photos to drum up some hubbub about it.
yes. So, my phone's having a hard time loading. They do show a snowy scene for episode 9.
Yeah, like snow foresty kind of thing.
Yeah.
But not like a
I
pine
was gonna
forest.
say, not like in
Not
Force
like a pine
Awakens.
forest with Force Awakens. It looked more deciduous. So,
Fair.
It's interesting because with the set leaks they have released so far, there's kind of a variety of
yeah, it
locations.
looks like we're going to be seeing a lot of different planets.
Because you
which
had
is pretty cool.
sort of a temperate, sort of hilly grassland was
I have
one.
seen some of those.
There was somewhere the Falcon was sitting amongst a kind of jungle-ish
And
type
I've
trees.
heard rumors of like a desert planet somewhere as well, and then we've got something cold, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously, and it's not Hoth either. It's not like total ice
Yeah,
tundra. It's like snowy in a forest. So
Yeah.
we've got some good variety, I think, to look forward to in episode 9, which will be kind of nice. It's
Yeah.
always fun to see more of the galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, and they are shooting the works on this one apparently. So, and lastly but not least, is something that we could hopefully get to sponsor us one that would be awesome. Is Loot Crate?
That would be
is
so
a-
awesome.
has a Battle of Endor theme to their boxes. I guess it's this month or next month. No, it would be next
This
month.
month being February
Right.
2019.
Correct. So if you don't know what Loot Crate is, you just it's a subscription-based trinket box they send you every month. I mean, you
Like
pay...
a bear? Trinket. Oh, Critical Role reference. Boom.
Thank you, Kyler. And
You sounded so grateful. That was fun.
yeah, it's the puns, or the references, Kyler jokes. Anyway,
Hey, they're good, all right? I've
wasn't
gotten
fun.
positive feedback on them like twice, okay? They're never stopping.
which they should. Anyway, so you log on to lootcrate.com, you pay a monthly subscription, and they send you a box of random items every month. Sometimes they can be pretty cool, other times, I don't know.
Yeah,
I've never actually had one yet myself.
Yeah, I've seen some unboxings of them and stuff.
This one being
Sometimes
Star
there's
Wars,
some fun
though,
little
piqued
stuff.
my interest a little more than
It's true.
usual. So,
Yep. And that's the news.
well, there we go. Okay, so today's episode is going to be a whole lot of fun. And the reason we brought our wives in here is to help us better objectify the men of Star Wars. So we are going to talk about...
Just going right into it. Yeah, there
Hey,
we go.
I don't mess around. It is what it is. We are going to talk about the hot hunks of Star Wars, okay, today. So we've got lots of different categories. We're going to play some fun games today. So we have different categories like classically handsome or bad boy or best eyes or most chiseled jawline, things like that, right? And so we each have to pick a male character from Star Wars that we think best fits that category. Okay.
Can only each be used once.
Yeah. So here are the official rules. Right, variety of categories, which I went over, and we're going to select a winner for each one of them. Right, each one of us picks our winner for that category. You can only pick one person for each category. Each person can only be used once. In the event of multiple actors having portrayed the same character, like young Lando, old Lando,
Or significant age gaps.
or exactly
and old
like
Luke.
young Luke, old Luke, exactly things
Okay.
like that.
I fit within those bounds.
Yes,
I thought I was going rogue.
Then you're okay. Then that's okay. Then you can repeat, but you have to specify which version you're using in that category, right? So, like,
As
most-
nice as young
yeah.
Luke was, I really like old Luke better for this particular category.
Exactly. So, and then once old Luke who's been put down, old Luke is done for
Not
you,
to imply
right?
that you're old, Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
Um,
Young at heart. And
we'll just say
then
that you're old. But
you can choose any male character from any Star Wars film or TV show. So no books, no comics, but on screen somewhere.
current top level canon.
Yeah, exactly. So with that, so we're gonna do a couple of these like categories, and then we're gonna break it up with some bed, wed, behead that I've prepared. So bed, wed, behead, for those of you who don't know it by its classier, more civilized name, it's the marry, kill, sleep with game.
Yeah.
But we just classed it up by calling it bed, wed, behead.
Okay.
So there we go.
Made it
So you'll
more
be given 3 choices. You must marry one of them, you must bed one of them, you must behead one of them. Alright? Okay. So, and they've been themed as well when we get there. So it's going to be pretty good.
I'm a little terrified, honestly.
No, you should be. Well, some of them I made the choices hard. So I'm just saying, there's a couple of them that are going to cringe, but that's half the fun. So let's kick it off with classically handsome. We'll just I'll go last because I do a lot of talking. How's that? So Christina, you want to go ahead and give us your classically handsome choice?
Sure. I picked Qui-Gon Jinn, played by Liam Neeson.
Not a bad choice. Liam Neeson
There.
is.
So close. Almost picked.
Yeah.
I originally had somebody else, but then Chris kept sending us more categories, so multiple times I had to
I kept being
readjust
like,
my
"What?
list.
We are not objectifying these men enough. Come on. Where's the best body category?"
Exactly.
All right, I chose Poe.
Poe Dameron.
Yeah,
Poe
Poe
Dameron.
I think his face is just classical though. Like
It
if
is.
you look
No.
at like classical art and things, like his face is
It's real
classical.
symmetrical.
She's being very literal with classical. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I just want to get this out of the way right now. I wanted to put Poe Dameron everywhere. He
He
is
did.
so
He really did. See,
sexy.
that's so funny. He is not my type at all.
Oh
But-
no! Like when I had Poe Dameron is the reason this episode exists for me. I was like I want to talk about how good looking Poe Dameron is. I know how we could do that. So every
Is there a way I could
episode,
do
I
that
was
that would be slightly less weird.
I
than
know.
Speeding it up constantly.
exactly. He is so
That's my
attractive.
reasonable approach when I'm
So
talking about Oscar
okay,
Isaac.
sorry.
Alright, for my classically handsome, I went with Finn. Yep, he's an attractive guy. He's got perfect skin. He's got a great smile. He's pretty classically handsome.
Carrie disagrees.
You went with Finn, huh?
I did go with Finn.
Everyone has their own choices. Okay.
You don't get to judge my taste in it.
But we do get to judge yours, Carrie.
And they in fact do constantly.
Oh man.
Okay,
As
I'd
they
be
laugh,
lying.
I go and cry in a corner.
Oh my goodness.
I'd be lying if I said I picked Han Solo because I really just picked Harry.
So Han Solo, that's fair.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
Young.
Wait,
young.
oh, I was gonna say we've got to
New
specify.
hope.
OG.
Yeah, OT Han Solo. Okay, fair enough. Ross, go ahead.
I actually went with Count Dooku.
Ooh,
That's a
that's
good
an interesting
one.
choice.
I totally forgot about him even being in Star Wars.
and Christopher, that's a good choice because Christopher Lee, he's like that dapper, sexy Englishman. He's got that
put him
going
in one
for
of our
him.
later categories.
Yeah.
For that, but yeah, he's
Yeah, that's a good choice, Ross. I am with Carrie on this one, mostly because I got to the end and I'd already put Oscar Isaac somewhere else. So I was like, who else could be? And I had him in somewhere else. So I went with OT Han Solo, Harrison Ford. The dude, you can't deny the sex appeal. You know, he is classically handsome, and classically handsome in like that kind of like roguish sense, like because his teeth aren't like perfect. They're kind of that roguish smile, like it's a little offset. He's got that scar on his chin. Like he's just knocked around enough in life to like kind of make him a little scruffy, you know? And it works. It works. It really does. So
Cool.
Okay, I gotta say, at some point, Ross and I had discussed how married his best friend. So I am curious to see how many more of these we will have in common.
that's very true. Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty. So the next category is the boy next door, right? You're sweet, cute, innocent. Yeah,
shifting
sure.
where we
Yeah,
start.
that's good.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I chose
Captain Panaka.
this. Thank
Oh.
you. Thank you. I know what he looks like.
Okay.
I just didn't know how to say his name.
Yeah.
I don't know. He looks so cute. Like he's like so adorable.
I can see that.
And I mean,
He was one I considered as well for that category.
All right, I went with. Sorry.
Well, and are any of these going to need explanation for some of our listeners?
Maybe Captain Panaka would be the head of the Queen's head of the Queen's guards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
In
Royal
episode
Guard of
one.
Naboo. Yeah.
The actual
there's
second
Google.
black man in the Star Wars.
Yeah,
trilogy.
I know. Yeah, that's true.
My boy next door is young Uncle Owen from episodes 2 and 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's like a B-track
I
choice,
was-
man. Or
I
B-side. That
was
was
on
good.
that one.
Yeah.
So now this is Joel Edgerton playing him. If
Yeah,
you know
he
him,
is-
like,
yeah.
he's a pickup warrior. Watch him, like, oof. He's an
Yeah.
attractive guy. And
That's
but
a
yeah,
good choice.
he's really, he feels very boy next door to this. You know, he's living on the farm. He's
Yeah.
an attractive guy.
Yeah, that's a good choice, man. I didn't even think about him.
Yeah, I thought that.
Ah.
Like, I've got a few that I'm like, these will be surprising. Nobody's gonna see
Yeah,
this one
that's
coming.
good.
And I thought he might be.
I'm considering changing mine as we go.
No changing. Your answers have been locked in.
For
tries
my
to
boy
do that
next
all the
door, I picked Ezra Bridger.
I almost
Ooh.
picked
Now,
Ezra
He's
Bridger.
from the
Yeah,
for
Ezra
those-
Bridger's
for those
from
of you who
Rebels.
aren't as familiar with the TV shows. Yeah, he is the main character of Rebels.
So now, is this boy Ezra, or is this a little bit more grown up Ezra from later?
Like
seasons?
season 1 Ezra or like season 4 Ezra?
Personality-wise, I would have said younger one, but like
More boyish.
maybe looks-wise, it would.
Really, I would have flip-flopped that.
Really?
Let's be
Personality,
honest,
I like
there's
Ezra.
only a few years difference between those.
Yeah, like 2, but
But
still.
they draw him
But
differently.
his
He
hair,
has grown
his
a
hair
lot.
is better in the first episode, or the first season.
Yes.
I'll give you that. Yeah. Okay, that's fair. That's a fair choice. Ross?
For this one, actually, I went with Finn. Because
Yeah,
I feel like
almost did.
Yeah.
I almost did, but I really wanted Uncle Owen.
Because I feel like I feel like
You
Finn
heard it
is
here,
more-
listeners. Chris really wanted Uncle
You
Owen.
know it, Joel Edgerton. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I feel like I could see myself living next to Finn. Like, well, to Finn, not to the actor, because he likes to post on
Living
on
next
Instagram
to
and stuff
Finn
babe
and
house.
having a crush on him. Let's just be clear on that.
Can you blame him? Seriously.
Yeah, I think Christina and I have the same one on this one. OT Luke Skywalker, the original
I
farm
also
boy.
considered
I
him.
mean, that was the first thing that popped into my head, and I couldn't think of a good reason not to put him in there. That's, you just think about like him standing over the binary suns and stuff. He's all cute and innocent and naive. It's gotta
I
be
did.
old
I
Luke.
had a huge crush on him when I was younger.
There you go.
So for me
Nope.
as well.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, this is. Sorry, you'll hear the rustling of my papers because I had the wrong paper out. For heaven's sakes, Kyler, get it together.
Kyler.
Ugh. You're a semi-professional podcaster. Come on.
So
Yeah.
yes, mine also was Mark Hamill, young Luke Skywalker.
Oh, yeah. So I totally went out of order, didn't
didn't.
we?
No,
No.
you're right. No, you're good
And that's,
so far.
that's with your.
Unless
Oh,
you're
Boy Next
listening
Door.
to a
Oh,
different
that's right. It was the next one, the one I was about to do. Yeah, is totally wrongo bongo. Never
All
mind. Okay. Never mind, listeners. I didn't screw anything up. It's amazing. My adequacy is unparalleled.
I mean, the longer you just talk without getting to it. the
I
less
know.
sad.
Building suspense, Chris. Okay. So the next category is hottie because they're funny. This is somebody who normally you wouldn't be like, oh, they're unattractive. This is who you would. But then it's like, oh, but they're actually pretty funny, and that kind of kicks them up a little bit.
So I had a little trouble with this category when I first considered it because I was like, there aren't a lot of like blatantly funny characters in Star Wars, and a lot of them are the type that's like they're not intentionally funny. Like,
Yeah.
and so I went back and forth, and I was like, and then even then, taking half of these really funny characters, they're all ridiculously attractive men.
Yeah,
And
they don't
so-
really cast like
Yeah.
super ugly
So of
people.
course I had to go with Jar Jar. No, I'm joking. Of course, I'm joking. Of course, no, I went with Yoda.
Okay.
Yoda is hilarious. I would have put him for just straight up funniest person in the Star Wars galaxy, but because he's also not particularly physically attractive, I put him during hottie because of funny instead.
That's fair. That's a good choice.
I went with Poe Dameron on this one.
Poe is pretty funny.
Yeah.
He's one of the few characters in the shows that is deliberately funny.
Ross is
Yeah.
just flabbergasted at his wife's choice.
No, I was so happy because I also chose Poe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't find. I mean, okay, Oscar Isaacs is a good-looking fellow, but I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like there were
I was
other
going to have
better...
to check you there
I
if you
was-
said you didn't find him attractive because.
This
I mean-
means we're winning on the Newlywed Game, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I think it means you're eating with Kyler, right?
Yeah,
that's
it means
true.
we're tied.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We'll find out who, anyway.
The Newlywed Game is all about whether or not this couple has the same taste in men.
Star Wars men.
Oh.
But yeah, no, I mean, Poe, I find Poe, he's okay, but it is just I like his snark. He's got a fun snark.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what
Yeah,
it's-
there we
it's
go.
for me.
I had somebody else originally, and then the more I thought about it, I was like, no, I need to switch this around. I put Tobias Beckett, Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
Because you look at Woody Harrelson, he's not, like, conventionally attractive.
He's a goofy
We
looking
just
guy.
discussed
He's a little
Yeah.
bit weird looking.
Yeah.
He's a great actor, and the character of Tobias Beckett is pretty funny.
Yeah,
He's
he
got
is,
a lot
that's
of
fair.
snappy lines. He's got really high sarcasm, which I love. So I was like, you know what? You go in there. Hottie because you're funny.
I too originally had somebody else in this category, but I changed it last minute with all of the extra categories thrown at me. So I went with Finn.
Ooh.
I don't particularly find him super attractive. He's not ugly by any means. He's just not my type. But his awkwardness made him more endearing to me.
Unintentionally.
See, and
yes,
that's
he was
that was the thing for me,
unintentionally
is he's
funny
unintentionally
for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm tied with Carrie and Ross for Newlywed Game. Chris is tied with Christina, I think, now. All right.
So,
I'm not going to be able to keep track of that anymore out of this round. Okay.
Right. Why?
I also chose Finn.
Oh.
I find him
wow.
super attractive, but of all the people here, I was kind of like, he's the most funny, I feel like.
Yeah.
I almost went with Yoda, but then I felt like I was copying Chris, and I want to do that.
Oh, wait. No, you picked Finn for a different category. Never
Yes.
mind.
Yeah.
I'm retracted.
I was gonna say I was confused.
Yeah, I was too, apparently.
See, I didn't put Finn because
Yeah.
I was like, he's not
I
intentionally.
took,
Yeah.
to write all mine down, I took his list and just deleted all of them. So I purposefully was like, I'm not doing that because that's what he said.
There you go.
We still have to put several matches.
There you
And
go.
Kyler purposefully made sure that we never saw each other's lists.
Yeah, she's like, well, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, no, shit, I don't want to hear it.
See, and in our case, I had to sit next to her so she could be like, I don't even know. Who are they? Like, she's Googling Star Wars men. It's like, who is this? Is this a person in Star Wars? It's like, no, it's not.
That's why you have to look at the list with the
I'm exaggerating,
actors
obviously,
and
because
the
it's
character
hilarious.
Also,
No, I just looked up, like, I googled Star Wars men, and so there was just, like, collages of all these Star Wars
I was
men.
kind of
I
surprised.
was like, ooh, look at that one.
Yeah, my search history is a little odd now.
Mine is as well.
There's a lot of like Oscar
Old
Isaac
Star Wars
eyes,
guys.
you know, like
I
Yeah,
actually
Ben
did-
Mendelsohn's
I did
smile,
Google
you know.
Old Star Wars guys, don't do that.
yeah.
It's not helpful.
Oh, unless you think we're being too harsh on Jessica, she's going to be on the show again later when we do like a Lord of the Rings Star Wars comparison. So then her
There we go.
expertise will shine through. Okay, did everybody do their unconventionally? Or hottie because they're funny? Sorry.
Yep,
Yeah,
we made it
okay.
through.
So we made it through that. Unconventionally handsome, okay? There it is.
Darth Vader.
Oh. With or
He may
without the
have-
mask?
They have the mask, but like something kind of just shines through. Of like that's
It's that
know.
voice,
You got
right?
sex appeal
Maybe
of
that,
the
yeah.
suit.
he
I'm
wasn't
with ya.
gonna make it on sexiest voice, so this was the next best category.
I have a couple like that where I'm like, you deserve to be on the list somewhere. I'll put
Yeah,
you in.
no, that's part of why I kept introducing categories, is because
Yeah.
I was like, but I need to fit him on. We need this category.
Say, Darth Vader and his younger selves did not make it on my list at all.
Wow. Good reaction, everybody.
You didn't put Jake Lloyd on your list.
He was almost my first date.
It was like 9, like that would be a little uncomfortable.
It would be.
Ooh. Well, unless you're Padme, then
Right.
who cares?
None of us are fat.
Oh, wow.
So for this one, I put Kanan Jarrus.
This is unconventionally
Oh.
He's
handsome.
unconventionally
Yes.
handsome. Yeah.
Okay.
This is another one from Rebels.
Now, I feel like if they were to do that one live action, he probably wouldn't be able to fit there, but just because he's 3D, it's
Yeah.
kind of unconventional.
Sure.
So,
Fair,
you know.
Sure.
I have several cartoon characters on my list.
I cut a deep track on this one. It hasn't been released yet, which is why Christina didn't want me to put it on here. She felt I was cheating. I went
It's
with...
cheating.
We don't even know the character's name. The Mandalorian. Pedro Pascal.
Oh, Pedro
If you
Pascal,
look
yeah.
at him, I'm going, I can see how some people would find you attractive. You look a little weird to me, but like there is something going on there.
can
So
see
I
that.
was like, okay, he's been officially announced as a Star Wars character, so I'm like, okay, I'm still technically within the rules, even though it hasn't come out yet. He is! Is he not the Mandalorian? Okay. Anyway, so that's my thing. Pedro Pascal, the Mandalorian.
I still think you're cheating.
For those of you who haven't been following the news, this is Oberyn from Game of Thrones, if you watch that. So, right? Do I have that name right? I haven't watched any of his scenes. It's awkward. We watched
don't know
Game
who
of
you're
Thrones in the
talking
weirdest way, so...
Yeah.
Anyway.
Upside down?
Say it like
No,
that.
through video clips on YouTube. We just started gathering them and
So
then just kept
basically, we've
watching.
watched each person's story as they
Yeah.
happened instead of
So we
watching
watched
the
like
whole
70%
show.
of the show, but all out of order, and it just
The best part is we did it without telling each other. Like we
Yeah.
weren't going to tell each other that we were watching that, and so we like kept watching it, and then one day I was like, "Babe, I have to tell you, like I've been watching Game of Thrones and it's so good." And he's like, "Me too."
It was the other way around because I was like, "It's so well written," and you were like, "Right, isn't it?" And I was like, "Whoa, what?" Anyway,
My unconventionally handsome is Adam Driver as Kylo Ren. He's one of those people.
You can be excited.
Yeah, you can be excited. It makes yours the same way we talk about. He's one of those people like Adrian Brody whose facial features individually are kind of
it is literally exactly how she
But when
described
they're
it.
all together, they're kind of attractive.
And he's freaking hot as sin. Like it's great. No, like for reals. Have you guys seen?
Him without his shirt? Yes, we saw that go.
What is it called? What if?
What if?
What if?
It's a movie with him and Daniel Radcliffe, and I forget the other.
Oh, that sounds
I've
awesome.
I've
He
seen
made
It's a,
it
romantic,
in
it's a
another
romantic
category.
comedy, and
That sounds awesome.
He's
Because I cheated.
quite attractive.
Oh my gosh.
I was laughing because we were looking through all these pictures, and there's just this one picture of him with when he's got the lightsaber lock with Rey, and you've got his face there, and I was just like, ooh, like he is a
No,
good
he is
looking
a
guy.
very
Like, wow.
good-looking man. But if you took just his lips, or just his ears, or just his eyes, they're weird.
See, you know what? No, for me, it's the nose. I can't.
It
Yeah,
is.
but that's
Yes.
part of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Yeah, the nose for me too.
My unconventionally handsome, I went with
He is
Jango
awesome.
Fett.
Ooh.
And now
there you
the
go.
reason for this is because I think Timwara Morrison is his name. He's actually he's just a reasonably normally attractive guy.
Yeah.
But the thing about Django versus just Timwara Morrison is that they put all these scars on his face to show that he's bad. Like he doesn't have those in real life. And there's something about those scars that just adds up to like, dang, that is an attractive guy. Like before I was like, yeah, he's attractive, sure. And so I was like, yeah, that's unconventional. It's like the scars like add to his attractiveness, and I think that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And I had my runner-up was Moff Tarkin, because if you look up some Peter Cushing when he was younger, he's weirdly attractive.
Moff Tarkin may appear on my list somewhere.
Yep, mine too. Probably in different places though.
That's why I had to
surprised
mention
if you
him,
picked the one
because
I
he didn't show up anywhere else. So.
We'll see.
I guarantee. Ross, if Moff Tarkin is in the same place for both of us, I don't know what I will do. I will. Well, I was gonna say something else, and I was like, yeah, but I won't do that. You know.
You're like, oh wait, clean rating.
Yeah.
Pause the recording.
Yeah. I'm well excited to get there. Let's just
Okay.
let's go. I think it's me, or we're doing.
Did you do your unconventionally?
Yeah.
I
started.
Oh,
cool.
Okay, so we're doing brain over brawn. Okay, this is the hottie because they're smart category.
Yes.
So I had a little bit of trouble with this one because there were several good characters.
Yeah.
I went with Yoda for this one.
Okay, that's
good
fair.
choice.
That's
good choice.
Yeah.
Oh man, I went deep because this is one of the categories that Chris threw at us last night.
This was me going like, well, but I mean, men are valuable for their brains too, not just their looks.
Sure.
Like, we shouldn't be completely sexist here.
That's fair. I picked Cad Bane.
Yeah.
Bounty hunter.
You know,
he is a step ahead of the game the entire time.
I didn't even think of him. I would
This
probably
is a
revise my
dude.
list right now
This
if
is
I
a
had thought
dude
that.
who literally, when the Emperor, well, he's not the Emperor yet, but when Chancellor Palpatine is like, I need you to go. Yeah, Sidious is like, I need you to. He knows he's dealing with a Sith Lord. He knows that for a fact.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I need you to go capture a Jedi, or I need you to hold the Senate hostage, or I need you to do this. He's like,
I need you to break into the most secure room of the Jedi Temple.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And he says, he's like, okay, cool. That's gonna be triple my price, though. So unless you're gonna do that too, like totally calm, flat. Like he is so smart. And then when you look at,
I'll
his
tell you what
plans,
my choice was, but yeah, I'm
man.
realizing my official choice. My official choice would be Cad Bane.
Yeah.
And again, for those that don't know, this is from Clone Wars. He's a bounty hunter.
Yes.
Sorry, it's like.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Time in. Bounty hunter from Clone Wars that you see several times.
Yeah, he's a blue-skinned Duros. He's got red eyes. He's got a sweet
Fantastic
cowboy
hat.
hat. Yeah, just awesome.
And a great
Amazing
duster.
hat.
Like,
Yep.
it's basically Malcolm Reynolds if you were an alien.
Yes.
And evil.
And evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went with Taslin Brant, played by Eamon Elliott. He appears on screen for maybe 15 seconds in episode 7.
Yep.
All right.
He's when
Yes.
they're discussing the how do we raid this third Death Star.
Uh-huh.
It's during that scene.
Yes.
He's there.
Wait, which one is he?
We had to look up his name. She's like, wait, there's this actor that was in this that's really cute. What's
he
his
was
name?
in this other show that I really loved him in.
So the character's name is Taslin
Brant. Taslin
but
Brant.
the character's name is
The actor's name is Eamon Elliott.
He's a British guy.
He's a British guy. He was in
He is pretty
another
attractive.
TV show called The Paradise. It was about like the first shopping mall, and he was the owner of it. It was amazing. He's super attractive. I just really wanted him on the list somewhere.
And
so
as a
that's-
historian, go watch The Paradise. Like if Downton Abbey was kind of your thing, The Paradise is also really good. So
I said it.
yeah,
Cool.
It's only got like 2 seasons, but they were 2 very well done seasons.
Yes.
So anyway,
You
yeah.
got a picture for us, Ross?
Nope.
Nope.
Couldn't find it. We're just gonna move on.
Yeah, Christine, you get that for us.
All right, I put Cassian.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah, Cassian
Andor, yeah.
He's
Diego
so
Luna.
funny, you know?
He's spicy.
He's super
I couldn't resist. The Spanish accent is so fun.
I was originally considering Coyote Mundi just because I wanted to make a joke about his large head.
Brain.
But no, I went with R2-D2.
Ooh,
Chris uses male pronouns as far as we know. Like we
Yes.
never actually hear him use any male pronouns to refer to himself, but everyone
Yes.
else does. So technically, falls in the male category,
Yep.
and he's smart. Like
Yeah,
he's
that's
probably
very
the
true.
smartest
Chris,
droid
that's a
we ever
great
see on screen.
choice.
Thank you.
I would
That
have
is a
picked
great
that,
choice.
but I wasn't sure if you guys would tell me I was cheating for droids having genders.
No, somebody sent me a text
I
this
approve.
morning
I did.
asking
I
about
asked
that. Yeah,
after that,
yeah, we're
yeah.
good.
I've got a droid on my list. You're good.
Yeah.
I still want to go back and change my list now.
Hey, all right. Well,
Alright,
I still am edging towards Cad Bane even over R2, but R2.
Yeah.
Close
No, that's a great
It's
choice,
Taslin
Chris.
Brant.
Oh, that guy.
Oh, okay.
Go look him up. He's a good piece of eye candy, people. He really is.
Especially when he has facial hair.
That's true. He does look better in the
yeah.
Paradise. He's got like
now
a
that
cool
you-
like mustache
Yeah, okay,
goatee thing
I've seen
going
him
on.
with facial hair.
Yeah, he's a good looking fellow.
Why is there not a best facial hair?
There is. Well, there's
No,
best
it's
hair.
best
Yeah.
hair.
Oh, maybe we'll throw best
I
facial hair in as a
debated. I
bonus.
debated tossing
Yeah.
best beard at you guys, and then I was like, "No, I've already done enough of this."
Okay, so has everybody done Brain Over Brawn? Has everybody got that?
No,
Oh,
it's
Carrying
okay.
Ross.
Carrying Ross.
Okay.
no. I started it.
Oh, you
I
said that.
totally want to change mine to either Yoda or R2, but as they didn't occur to me, I went with the pilot.
The pilot. Carrie, thank you. Yes.
But
My
I
wife-
also noted his name is Brody.
My wife wanted to put him on her list, but I refused to look up his name for her, and she
And
didn't
I
know.
couldn't
It's
just
Brody
put the pilot.
I told you, just put the pilot. People will know what you
People will
mean
know
because
exactly
everybody
what
it
knows.
No, I mean, like, I was trying to Google it, and I couldn't figure it out, because
I was
like,
laughing
the
because
pilot.
Steven posted
Yeah.
that video in the Facebook group that
Yeah.
it talked about Rogue One, or maybe it was a different. No, it's a different video I watched about comparing Rogue One and The Force Awakens and the storytelling. It was really neat. I'll share it in the Facebook group. But I laughed because the guy making the video referred to the pilot over and over and over again and never once used his name. He just called him the pilot the whole time, and I was like, because he doesn't freaking have a name.
So
But he
for those
does.
of you that are wondering
He
where this
does.
joke comes from, go back and listen to our Rogue One episode.
Yes,
And
episode
also
8.
Chris's Nerf nugget about the absolutely probably true history of Rogue One.
Yes.
Then you'll fully understand the joke. It's a good one. It's true. I can't argue with it. Okay. Ross, no, you started.
Or did
So
you
we're-
have more you wanted to say about the pilot?
That was it.
Feel free to objectify Carrie. It's fine. That's what this episode's for. You can talk about his sweet, sweet...
His brain
Smile.
is apparently durable
Yeah.
enough to survive whatever that mind rape was
true.
that thing did
Yeah.
to him. So
It's true.
Okay, so that's it. Okay, so here is our first bed, wed, behead break. We ready?
okay.
No cheating, you guys. Okay. So...
That's probably good. What I did. That's a valid point too.
I'm excited. Wait, what?
Well, we're all
Everyone
looking
was
around
making
like,
faces of
why?
like,
gonna
why
cheat?
would
Who's
we
gonna
cheat?
cheat?
And then I was like, no, guys, he's right.
Yeah, look at this group. Filthy cheaters. All right.
No, mainly
So,
'cause I'm here.
your first group that you have to pick between bed, wed, or behead Mace Windu, Ki-Adi Mundi, Yoda.
That's easy.
Okay,
Bed-
Chris, take it away.
Bed Mace Windu, wed Yoda, behead Coyote Moody.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
That,
what I
think
think.
it's
that's
what
the
I was
same
thinking.
order I was
All
thinking
three.
too.
My
Yeah.
first thought was bye.
You gotta.
Because you know Mace Windu is
going
going to get
Samuel
freaky.
Jackson.
You know,
that's-
yeah, you got to take it.
But I mean, if I could pick anyone, like I nearly
Yoda's going to
picked-
cook for you.
I already used Yoda for the funniness, but I almost picked him for some of the more long term categories.
Okay, here's the next one. Here we go. You'll notice these are all themed here.
Yes,
so
I
that was
enjoyed
our
that.
Jedi Masters. Here we go. Jango Fett.
Oh, how many of these do you have? 'Cause
There's
we've got
three.
multiple-
There's three
Three
per
in each
break.
box.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Jango Fett, Darth Tyrannus, also known as Count Dooku, Chancellor Palpatine.
That's easy to do for me, but
Let's say behead Palpatine.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would marry Django.
I would too because dude's a great father. Like he's
Yeah.
got the.
That's legit.
Yeah.
He's got a great job,
Yeah,
long-term
that's exactly
stability.
what I was
like,
thinking.
By the way, we don't
Yeah.
have to have consensus, guys. Like you can mix it up if you want.
But I mean,
But it kind of works.
yeah.
Yeah.
They just
Okay.
seem like the
and then
obvious
we've already
choices.
discussed. Christopher Lee's attractiveness.
I am so excited for this next category,
Okay.
you guys. Sebulba,
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
Jar Jar Binks,
Uh-huh.
and Poggle the Lesser.
Okay, so Sebulba
I know
for
who that
my
is.
wife. You know who Sebulba is? Sweet.
Do you know Poggle the Lesser? He's got the
is-
face tentacles and
he's
the
got-
wings and the,
yeah.
the little thing, and he holds out the Death Star.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's from episode
I'll
2.
I'll pull it up
Poggle
for
the
her
Lesser
while
is
you guys
the
Yeah.
ostensible, the leader, as far as we see leadership in
Yeah,
the
the
movies.
public leader.
He is the public leader of the Geonosins.
This guy.
I can't believe I knew that. Oh, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, who do you
Okay.
marry? Who do you bed? Who do you
I'm
behead?
gonna marry Sebulba because, again, the dude's really successful.
Successful racer.
He's
Yeah.
supportive.
You'll have a- yeah,
He's
you'll have a
probably
cushy
philandering
life.
on the side all the time, but that's fine.
You can too.
See,
Well,
and
that's
I'd
true,
only
yeah.
marry him knowing that he's gonna die in a pod race soon.
And then you
Like,
get all
You
his
get his
money.
money.
Yeah.
Legit.
See, I would vote for marrying Poggle because he's, got some career stability. He's not gonna die in.
true.
Could be a better provider.
And then I feel morally compelled to behead Jar Jar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same. My thoughts.
See,
as
and
well.
if you marry
But all the
Poggle, you
same-
don't have to worry about intercourse because he's a bug. Where Sebulba clearly shows that kind of interest in humanoids, so
That's fair. He does.
you might be able to get away with it, you know.
I just had like 4 off-color jokes about all of these colors, and I'm like, no, I can't do any of this. So you know, it is whatever you do. I love you.
Oh my goodness.
So just ask me after the podcast.
Fair enough. Okay, that is done. Moving on, we're back to our categories, our regularly scheduled programming. All right, Bad Boy. I think we're back to me. Yeah.
Bad boys. I can't
Okay.
sing this song because we don't have the rights.
I picked for my bad boy Kylo Ren, right? If you're looking to make your parents angry, you know, who's the most whiny, goth, you know, rebellious guy? It's Kylo Ren.
I'm
Adam
going to jump in
Driver.
and say I also picked Kylo Ren because as was spoke hot as sin.
I did not pick him specifically because I find him a bad boy in a way that makes him unattractive. Like, the character-wise, like, he's too whiny, he's too
He is
angsty.
too whiny, but I was thinking, if I'm a teenager, I'm looking
Yeah,
to
that's
rebel
fair.
against
I
my
can see
parents,
that.
he'd be a good choice.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, you know, yeah.
I picked original trilogy Han Solo.
Okay.
Because, you know, I mean, he's kind of skeezy.
A little bit. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, I chose Anakin at the level where he's leaving the Jedi Masters and everything. Because he's literally rebelling. Like, he is angsty. He's so
Yeah.
angsty.
So are you picking him before or after he murders all the younglings?
Probably right after.
Don't get much better than that.
Right after, and he's like all broody and dark, and he's got
With
like
his
the
yellow
eyeliner
eyes,
and
yeah.
everything.
There you
I
go.
mean, if you're gonna like try and piss off your parents, like dating somebody that
Butchering
just
children
butchered a
is
bunch
probably
of
a pretty good
children.
choice.
That's the one to break.
I do wonder what Padme's parents thought.
No kidding.
Yeah.
For my bad boy, I picked Tobias Beckett from Solo.
Good choice.
Yeah,
that's-
because he has that, you know, he's very just flippant, he's a bad boy, but even though he's in this adorable, stable relationship that ends way too soon and should have been part of the movie, he still seems like a bad boy, even in the middle of that. So it's like, yeah, that's pretty impressive.
That's true.
Plus, it's Woody Harrelson. I mean, pick Tobias or Woody.
Either way.
Bad boy.
Yep. And then Carrie went with me, right?
Oh, that's right.
Kylo Ren.
That's right, Kyle. I picked Cassian for this one.
Okay.
Because I feel like, you know, murdering a dude, right? The first thing you see of him labels you
Sure.
But
as...
he did it so
Might
attractively.
Murdered children.
True. It's a little worse, yeah.
And actually, honestly, had I thought of that, I might have gone with that. But, no, Cassian seemed like the baddish boy that I would go with.
He was certainly intended.
Yeah. Too bad I didn't get to play his character the way he wanted.
True.
That's right. His girlfriend got in the way.
Yep. Oh, man. So this next category, all right. Just put on your dreamy soap opera lenses, all right? Best eyes.
I went with Armitage Hux.
Ooh.
Wow.
Brendan Gleeson's
He's,
I never thought of
his
his
eyes
Or
are like
no,
a
Dom Gleeson, yeah.
super... Yeah, Domhnall Gleeson. His
Brendan
eyes,
Gleeson's
they are
different
very
Harry Potter character.
pretty blue.
They are. Now that
They
you mention
are.
it, he's got some good eyes.
I spent about a half an hour looking at different people's eyes. It was just like, I had like a list of, you know, actors' names, and I'm like, okay, you know. And I was like,
Yeah,
Domhnall
you did.
Gleeson's eyes. You know, it's like everybody, it's like Liam Neeson's eyes, everybody's eyes. So yeah, there's a whole list of just actors' eyes in my search history. All right, Jess, whose eyes make
All
you
right.
swoony?
Luke at the beginning, so when he's the farm boy
OG
and
Luke.
everything like
OT
that.
Luke,
Right.
fair enough.
That is true.
I mean,
Yep.
he's just really, really not my type. But his eyes are like, even though he's not my type, his eyes are still adorable.
I'm interested to see. We've got blue eyes for Christina's choice, blue eyes for Jess's choice.
Brown eyes.
Oh!
We've got O.T. Lando. I didn't have to look up anyone for this. I just started thinking, what do the guys in Star Wars eyes even look like? Apparently, I am not an eye guy, except that I love your eyes, wife. So,
I love that you had
Good
to
save.
clarify.
yeah. Well, but then, yeah. For all they knew, I was talking to Ross. It's not great eyes. But no, yeah, I got thinking about it, and then I just landed on Lando, and I was just like, oh yeah, Billy D. Williams got some great eyes. Like, what I thought of was, I was like, you know, you can cover up the lower half of his face, but his eyes can, like, they are
expressive.
seducing you.
Yeah,
they
they
are
sure are.
smiling at you. They are angry at you and intense. They are very
His eyes
expressive,
say
very
it
nice
all.
eyes.
Yeah.
That's legit.
Good choice.
Best eyes.
So. Oh,
Oh.
I almost did
The
that
white
as a
eyes.
joke. I almost did that as a joke.
Yeah, that's where I'm like, hey, it's funny, but also
We're talking
it's
about
true.
attractiveness, not functionality.
He's got very, very pale blue eyes,
It's true.
as does my husband. That was just
His-
a
his-
weird coincidence.
His are quite a bit paler.
His are more
Yeah.
cloudy than blue.
Yeah. Hear that, Ross? Your wife loves your cloudy eyes.
No, yeah. Cheroots are cloudy. Mine are. Never mind. I'm surprised that none of you thought of mine that I'm going with because you can see the whole galaxy in them.
Was it Greedo?
It was Greedo.
Second choice!
That's awesome.
Yeah, no.
I wish you guys could have seen how excited Carrie got over that.
Yeah, because I kind of did the same thing. I was looking at pictures of just the Star Wars cast, and eventually Greedo comes up, and I was like, oh.
I actually,
They're
for
huge.
us to work off of, I just made from memory a list of every guy in Star Wars I could remember. I didn't even get Greedo on there now that I think about it. That's disappointing.
Because
but-
I mean, if you're rating Disney princesses on who has the best eyes, they usually go by biggest size eyes.
Yeah.
Greedo would win that.
Yes,
for
he would.
sure.
I almost picked Admiral Akbar.
He did. He almost picked him.
I think you're up.
Yeah, oh, that's right. I picked General Antok Merrick, Blue Leader from Rogue One. I was just looking at different people's eyes, and I'm
He
like, I
popped
want
up
to
in
put
one of
him
our Google
somewhere.
searches, and yeah.
And so then I looked up the actor, and he has like piercing blue eyes, like stare through your soul eye, just really, really pretty.
Is he the one with the mustache?
He is the
really
one with the
happy?
mustache,
I
yeah.
love him.
he's
Yeah. So he's got great blue eyes, but they're not like light blue. They're like a really intense. I don't know. They're really cool. Go look them up. They're really pretty.
Yep.
So there we go. Okay. Whew. Next category, best smile. This is one of those ones for me where I was like, oh, right out of the gate, I know who's going on here. So it's gonna be good.
Your start.
Oh, my start? Okay, I did Han Solo.
Yes. Me too. It doesn't matter which Han Solo. If it's Harrison Ford, you cannot beat that guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've got a
bring
challenger.
Bring it.
I have
Yeah.
a challenger as well.
It's this was again like Lando. It's the first thing that popped into my head. It was even quicker. It's just like, you cannot beat Harrison Ford. It's just cocky little.
I have
half-brain.
Harrison Ford all over my list, and then I pegged him to that one.
Yeah.
So
And I've got just. All
So
of Han
you want
Solo.
to
I
put
didn't
you
specify
want to
what
put
Han
Harrison
Solo.
Ford everywhere? Is what you're saying.
Sorry,
Yes.
Who wouldn't?
You just want Harrison Ford
Garrett.
everywhere.
legit.
I think, to beat that, which was any Stormtrooper Force Awakens. You just see those and you see the smiles.
You
of
have
their
ruined
mouth.
it for me, Carrie.
That's just to hide that they're all crying on the inside.
Because previously, all the Stormtrooper helmets were like the
The
frown,
upside-
yeah, the
frowny face.
upside down V, and then that movie.
Well, they're
they
happy
went,
to be a part of the First Order.
It was terrible.
First Order
I
wants
have
everyone to
never
think that.
noticed that before.
Now you'll never unsee.
Now I'll never It's like the arrow in the FedEx sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost went with Han Solo on this one, but I wanted him somewhere else on the
Yeah,
list,
that's
so
fair.
I moved him out. For this one, I went with Bib Fortuna.
Oh, gross! Ross!
Now, I'll
Defend your answer, sir.
my defense of the answer is there were some of these that I was having a harder time with than others, and I was just like, you know what, this will be fun.
Fair enough. Okay, here's my contender, Chris. OT Lando Calrissian, Billy D. Williams. Anytime he's like looking at Leia or like in the before Endor or whatever, and he kind of turns his head to the side and he smiles like those pearly
He does
whites.
have a great
He's
smile.
got
He
a
does.
great smile.
Original Lando.
Yeah, Billy D. Williams when
But,
he's younger.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
did consider
just-
him, but I still feel like
He's so great.
Han's little half
No.
smile still.
Yeah.
Han's half smile is good, but I think quality. I really do think that Billy D. Williams would win.
I almost went with Billy D. Williams Lando,
Good wife.
but instead I went with Donald Glover Lando.
Yeah, that's fair. He's got it too.
He's got an amazing smile.
Donald Glover Lando, aka Donald Glando.
Yes.
My wife got so confused when she picked up my list and was like, I'll just delete these because she's like, who are even some of these people? I was like, oh, Haydenny is Hayden Anakin? Hayden Annie? Haydenny.
Fair enough.
And then we've got OG Obi-Wan and Obi-Yuan. Is Yuan Obi-Wan.
Oh man. So the next category is most chiseled jawline.
Oh yeah.
Who's got the most chiseled jawline?
Despite the temptation to go with some sarcastic, go with a droid or something because,
Yeah.
literally potentially chiseled. Now, I had to go with Poe Dameron.
See, this is one of those categories where I was like, oh, but Poe should go here.
Yeah.
Ugh. There are about 10 categories in here where I'm like, but Poe.
This is the one that I also put Poe Dameron in. So
Nice.
both Chris's at the table picked Poe.
Yes.
I went with Kanan.
Oh,
Does
yeah.
have a chiseled
For being an feature, he's a great
He
jawline.
really does.
I
That's a
did
good
almost
choice.
go with Clone Wars Anakin. But
That's another good choice. Yeah.
I mean, everybody in Clone Wars has a chiseled
yeah,
jawline.
that's why I didn't
even the
in
women.
end.
It's true. This is the one that I wanted.
Oh, you know what? That's a good segue. Speaking of Clone Wars, I asked James Arnold Taylor, the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi, about some of his picks for some of these categories. Most chiseled jawline was one of them. His answer? Obi-Wan Kenobi.
What a surprise.
So thanks, Jat, for tossing us some answers there. We appreciate
Still,
it.
we got 3 out of 6 at this table for Han Solo there, though. That's...
for jawline.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty
Oh,
good.
wait, no, you did. This is one. Sorry, never mind.
Sorry,
My
Ross, go
bad,
ahead now.
My bad, I back up. I
Well,
got
no, that's
confused.
my choice was
John.
Han Solo. For
I was
jawline.
still thinking.
I went with Captain Cassian Andor, Diego Luna from Rogue One. You don't think about it, but
I
go
did
back
look
and
at
look.
him for
He's
this,
got
and I was
some.
kinda- I feel like
He's got
he's
some
not
good
the
ones.
strongest
I will
jawline.
go back and look at him anytime.
I think
I know.
I think his has more the charm rather than the swagger from the others that we have mentioned.
I just feel like it's a bit weaker. It's more like mine. That's a little more recessed.
See, but all the other people that had really great jawlines, I wanted somewhere
That-
else.
that's fair.
I had somebody else down there for a while,
You
and
got
then I was
trapped
like,
by your own rules.
I know. It's horrible. Okay, did everybody do jawline?
Yes.
No.
Oh no.
I did not.
Okay, Jess.
Okay, I did Hux.
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
Domino
Fair
Gleason.
enough.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it.
Fair enough. Yeah. Okay. Next, best body, just straight up lusciousness here. Who's got those abs you just want to wash your laundry on, right?
Okay, I got to advocate for mine a little bit because you don't see as much of his body, but
That's the problem
just
with
the
a lot of
way
these guys.
he uses it.
So it's not about what they have; it's about how they use it. Okay, got it. Got it. Okay.
Saying that he seems very athletic, I would anticipate those Jedi robes Mace Windu.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
fair choice.
I cannot
Yep.
debate that.
That's no argument here, because he is jacked underneath that.
Yeah.
Just his abs probably have also abs on them. It's like 4 washboards just stacked on top of each other.
That's right. I have an extra ab.
That's right.
And see, I don't know how. I mean, I feel like we all are going to be separate, but I thought this was the obvious choice of Ben Swallow.
Ben Swallow, guys. That's the whole reason I have this category.
That's exactly what Kyler said when he said Chris
Yes,
added another
I knew
category.
they would know.
Yeah, Chris texted us this category last minute, and I looked at it and I said, "Oh, that's because Chris wants to talk about shirtless Kylo
Yes,
Ren."
that's literally the first thing I said when you pitched this episode. Is like, I get to talk about Kylo Ren's awesome body.
Chris, why didn't you go ahead and talk about his awesome body?
Oh well, for me, it's just the sheer unexpectedness of it. And no offense to
No,
Adam
it's-
Driver, he's a
it's true.
freaking Marine.
Yeah.
But he's walking around in this uniform, and he does not look like he's that swole. He looks pretty skinny. It's something about the way that's tailored. Something I don't know what it is. But then he takes it off, and it's like, where were you keeping that?
Honestly,
Is your shirt a TARDIS? Like, there's no room in there for that.
'cause honestly, watching
Where were
the
you
movie,
hiding that brick wall?
Yeah, watching the movie the first time, I was like, "Oh, they got him a body double." And then looking,
That's
at it
what
later,
I
no,
thought too.
No, that's him. It's
I
all
honestly
him.
thought it was photoshopped, and then when it's not, it's like, wow, all right, dude.
And it's like my second favorite part of The Last Jedi is Ben Swallow. I mean,
He can carry me across the threshold
get to my
whenever he
favorite
wants.
I just couldn't get past the mom pants.
Yeah, those are weird. I'll grant you that.
It just looks so weird. I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at.
But if you take the mom pants off,
Well,
See,
then
then,
you
you
have
know.
something completely different going on.
That took my place for that took the first place for the best abs or best muscle reveal in a movie that I've ever seen. I have a list, yes. And the previous winner was Sam Winchester. Sam Winchester from an early episode of you get like 4 or 5 episodes of Supernatural. And then you get an episode where he comes out of the shower and it's just like, holy cow, where was that?
So long, Gilmore Girls.
Yeah. Hey, man. So, but yeah, Ben Swallow.
Yep.
So
definitely top.
my
Absolutely.
choice was Jango Fett, Tamara Morrison.
That's a good.
With a
choice.
body so fine, they literally wanted to make millions and millions of copies of it and populate the galaxy with it.
That's legit.
That's good reasoning.
Yeah, like, and again, kind of like Carrie, where it's like you don't actually see any of the body underneath, but like the way
know
he
it's
stands when
impressive.
he's talking with Obi-Wan on Kamino, it's like you can tell that dude is so jacked he can't have his arms sit straight. You know what I mean? Like, just, you know, rippling biceps all the way down, I'm sure. It's just, you know, yeah, Tamora Morrison.
That's
Plus,
right.
he's got that hot accent, which comes with the body.
I was
so.
gonna say, even when he's
you know.
animated, he has a good body.
Yes!
That
And the-
may come up later.
yeah, no. Well, and that was the other thing too. Is I'm like, and technically, I know it's a different voice, and the clones aren't like in Clone Wars, the TV show, aren't exactly, but you do see some of them with their shirts off. They are as exactly as jacked as you might expect them to be, and it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. So yeah. There we go.
I almost went with Django.
Oh,
I was super close. I actually had him written down on the paper, and then I erased it. And I, like Carrie, went with somebody in robes that you never actually see their body. Donnie Yen, Chirrut.
That's
yeah.
fine.
I mean,
I-
you if you were
I
to
will
go
assume
look
that
up
Donnie
a
Yen's
picture
body
of
is-
Donnie
Oh, yeah.
Yen
Yeah.
without a shirt on, yeah, he's 55, but he's got like a 12-pack.
Yeah.
He is jacked.
I think he'd be the best surprise reveal.
Yes.
Even with Swallow.
I don't know about that. That Swallow reveal was pretty good.
because part of the Swallow reveal is the surprise. Like you kind of
Yeah.
expect Donnie Yen to be all muscly.
Yeah.
Well, 'cause
Not
he's a martial artist.
necessarily Adam Driver,
Exactly.
and then when he pulls it off, and exactly like Chris is saying, it's like you have an entire brick house under there. Where
Yes.
was that?
Yeah.
You know?
Although I will
Yeah.
grant, like if you watch the Ip Man movies,
Yes.
with Donnie Yen as Ip Man, he does not. Yeah, he's jacked under there, but he does not look like it. Yeah, that's definitely a solid choice, Christina.
All right, so my choice was a little bit different than the reasons you guys chose. You guys all went for like, you know, six packs and stuff, which
Well, I
I'm
mean,
sure
which he
he
has,
does. But I went with Darth Maul. But the reason I went with Darth Maul is because he is so inflexible. Like, holy cow!
He can bend like right over in the middle.
I can tell Jess is thinking ahead.
Like no,
She's like,
you
he's
just
really
watch
flexible.
Him move and he like, he's freaking crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's flexible and muscly, which is like you said. You know that guy can't put his arms down.
Yeah, I would say
Darth
as far
Maul
as we
can.
see in any medium in Star Wars, Darth Maul is probably the most swole man in the galaxy. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's legit.
That's
Not to
fair.
mention he's tattooed all
Oh, yeah.
over, and that's
He
pretty
works
hot.
those. He works those well.
There we
Just
go.
saying.
So did everybody do best body?
Well, yeah, mine was Ben Swallow.
Yeah,
so
we-
Yeah.
we did
Okay.
that.
Unless you want more time to talk about how.
As much as I
Yeah.
love to, we can skip it now. I'll talk about it in another episode.
You heard it here. We're gonna do the Ben Swallow episode.
But we don't even need a Ben Swallow episode. We'll be doing an episode on the video games, and I'll be like, hey, let's just stop for a moment to talk about Ben Swallow.
Okay, it is time for round 2 of Bed, Wed, Behead.
Sweet.
All right. This is from the original trilogy. You'll notice the last one is from the prequels.
yes.
Yeah. So the theme for this first one is heroes. All right. Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, Lando Calrissian. Who you gonna kill? Who you gonna bed? Who you gonna wed?
So, bed.
Han Solo.
Han Solo.
That's kind of obvious.
Wed. I would go with Luke.
I would as well.
Yeah.
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 I think I'd have to go with Luke, but I think I would bed Lando.
Yeah, I was gonna go with Lando for bed.
He's
I figure I'm gonna
He can have more fun.
behead Han and spare him the pain of the death at the hands of his own son.
fair enough.
I love the amount of groans I got with that. I hope you're groaning.
All
too,
right,
Lisa.
our next category is
soon?
administrators. Admiral Akbar,
Oh gosh.
Admiral Ozzel. He's got the mustache. He comes out of hyperspace too close to the Hoth system,
Yeah,
and then
He's
Vader chokes him.
Choked on screen.
Oh, okay.
On Vader's screen.
And Grand Moff Tarkin. There we go.
He's just dead them all.
Yeah, that guy. But his mustache, Carrie.
I can't face that. He needs to be beheaded.
Okay,
Make that
don't grow a
stash
mustache.
roll.
Check.
I would
All right.
probably bed Tarkin.
Whoa! I did not see that coming.
And I would marry Akbar.
I would marry Akbar.
Wow.
I would marry Akbar.
I'd probably marry Akbar, yeah.
Wow.
But I would behead Tarkin. Just because, I mean, the man destroyed a freaking planet.
That's pretty awful.
He deserves it.
Not to mention,
I can bed Ozzel in order to rid the world of Tarkin.
I would rather.
You'll
look
take
at
one for the
Akbar's-
team.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
The thing is, though, is I could not wake up next to that every day.
See, I was like, I
Akbar.
would rather wake up next to Akbar than I would.
I could
Tarquin.
grow to love
No,
him.
You,
see, that's
you,
the thing.
what
I
you're
couldn't
saying
wake up
is
next to
you
Akbar.
could grow.
No, it'd
I
be
could
fine.
go-
It'd be fine. He'd get used to
So
it.
you're saying no? His hands have suction cups. So every time
Is
it'd be
that
like.
intense?
That
That's
sounds
not
like
a.
that could be pretty hot.
Yeah.
We're not going there.
Depending on where he puts his suction cups, I suppose.
You don't need to get...
I think we found an edit I'm gonna make.
Oh
Which, by the way, yeah, the last episode that I was editing,
boy! You did cut it out.
I did all
listened
those
to
cuts. Yeah, I did
You're
all the cuts we were
terrible.
talking about. No,
it. Ross is a cheater,
No,
listeners.
I wasn't
Nope.
surprised.
I
I appreciated you putting that bit at the end, though, for Tyler.
That's funny. Oh my gosh. Okay. This one is going to challenge you guys. Bib Fortuna. Jabba's advisor
Yeah, you
with the
just looked
gross
him up.
with
teeth.
teeth. Yeah, crazy sharp teeth.
Yeah.
A Gamorrean.
Right.
The
Oh,
pig guards, the
the pig
green
guards.
skinned pig
Oh,
guards in
gosh.
Jabba's palace.
Ew.
Or a Wampa,
Huh.
the ice monster that tries to eat Luke.
On Hoth, yeah.
Huh.
Well,
You
I'm
just
gonna
go-
behead the Gamorrean. Like that's
Yeah.
my line there.
you won't go there, huh?
Nope.
Yeah.
And
That means you have to have a one night stand with a Wampa, I assume. Or you marrying the Wampa.
See, my thought
I'd
is,
do the
I
one
will,
night stand with the Wampa.
I will marry the Wampa so that he kills me sooner.
I would
Thinking
marry
about
Bib
that too. If I
Fortuna.
married the Wampa, would I just die immediately?
Yeah.
Because I'd be cool with that,
Yeah.
with those choices.
I'd marry Bib Fortuna because I feel like, at least there's a chance at some decent intellectual conversation here. We could grow to love each other.
That's fair. I would pick
One
that
of
as
us
well.
could
Okay.
go evil, one of us could go good.
Yeah, I
We
could redeem him.
We could
Oh, jeez.
in a weird,
Oh,
weird
man.
way.
Oh, that was good, guys. It's making me laugh. Okay, next one is best sense of humor.
Oh, was it me?
Yep.
I actually went with episode 3 Obi-Wan. Because I
Good
did like
choice.
his snark.
Yeah, I believe
That's
we
what
both.
I went
yeah,
with,
we
yeah.
both
Did you?
went with
Yeah.
Obi-Wan. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. He was my second place for that because I wanted Yoda, but it was close. He deserves
Yeah.
it. So, yeah, just prequels Obi-Wan in general. Well, 2 and 3.
Well, see, and that was the thing is thinking of 2 and 3. 2 I was less.
He's still got some. Nice,
he's got some
nice snark.
Yeah, but episode 3 was better.
Yeah, he definitely ups his snark game in episode 3. But episode 2 gives us the.
Good job.
No, it gives us the you don't want to sell me dead sticks. You want to go
Oh,
and
that's
rethink your
true,
life,
that's
which is
true.
freaking hilarious.
That's true.
He wasn't even doing that for an
But
audience.
see,
He just
that's
did
the
it 'cause
thing.
he's hilarious.
That's not funny.
It
I mean,
is.
It is,
It's
it's hilarious.
It's funny to us, but it's not funny if you were standing next to him. I don't know. It'd be.
I would
It
probably
doesn't
laugh
qualify
if
as
I
sense
saw
of
a
humor
Jedi.
for
I'd be
me.
like, you don't want to sell me drugs. I'd be like, that's pretty good.
That is nice abuse of power there.
Yeah. Oh man, I felt my list was too white, so I went with FN2187, Finn, John Boyega, because he does have a pretty good sense of humor. He really does. I will begrudgingly admit after this podcast and Chris beating me down that his jokes are.
So
kind
that's
of
hilarious
funny.
because I don't think he's funny at all. I think he's
Well,
awkward. I think
See,
he's endearing.
originally
don't
I
think he's
had
funny.
Tobias Beckett here.
But you moved him.
And
Yeah, that
then
makes
I
sense.
was like, well, then you reminded me that we were going to do the hottie because they're funny, and I was like, oh, he fits better there because he's weird
That's legit.
looking a little bit. So then I'm
No
like, well,
offense,
who
Woody.
else? Yeah. So then I was like, okay, John
I feel like
Boyega
he
will go
wouldn't be
there.
offended.
I feel like probably not, but I don't want to get on his bad side.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went with Jectano Porkins because with a name like that, you would have to have a
You
sense
know
of
he
humor.
developed a really great
Yes,
sense of humor.
well,
there.
and the actor's last name is Hootkins. Oh.
That's us.
So...
Oh, his
I
IMDb
was a
page
little sad I
literally
didn't
is
get
like whatever his
Porkins on
first
here
name is,
anymore.
Hootkins.
Hootkins, that's...
Really?
So you
yeah.
know this dude is chill with
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
bad names.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good choice,
Yeah.
right?
I already said mine.
Yep, we
Okay.
both did ours
Yeah.
already, so carry.
I went with Rio. I don't know how to say his
Oh,
last
Rio
name.
Durant.
Yeah.
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 The monkey
From
guy
Solo.
from
Okay.
Solo.
John Favreau, he's a
Yes,
funny guy.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's true.
Yeah, that's a good.
Favreau's voice.
That-
And
actually,
he was
yeah.
another consideration for me.
Yeah,
For that.
Rio's a solid choice.
Or he was
almost-
also there for hottie because they're funny for me. That was,
Ah, yeah,
that
I
was a
did consider
consideration.
it, yeah.
Those were very close categories.
Yeah. But I
Wife
thought,
can't chime in on that. 'Cause she
but I
hasn't
thought
seen it, so.
the snark of Beckett was more appealing to
getting
me,
there. I'm
and
getting there.
Woody Harrelson is more attractive than a monkey. So
Yes.
you heard it here. Woody Harrelson more attractive than a monkey. So that's it. Everybody got
Yep.
their best sense of humor? Okay,
Yes.
next one is Best Father. Oh, I'm so excited. I did young Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ewan McGregor.
I did not because I
'Cause-
think he's an awful father.
Well, okay,
I think he tried.
your
He definitely
children's
tried.
decisions don't always reflect your parent,
Yeah.
the quality of your parenting.
True.
But I
But
that's fair.
even young Obi-Wan described himself as more of a brother than a father.
yes, but also I was thinking, who would I want to father my children? Obi-Wan,
you.
I think,
Yeah.
in a situation where I and young Obi-Wan are married, I think he would be a good choice for a father. I mean, he's clearly loving and caring. I think he'd be a good choice. Plus, Ewan McGregor is good.
Can we time out for a second?
Yeah.
Do you need some acetamin? Yeah.
We've got.
Do you want some Tylenol?
I actually
Jess is now gluten free. So,
Great.
well, actually, the problem is right now she's not gluten free. But
Do you want some water?
I'm alright, thank you.
I've got my water.
I'm still good for a minute.
I have my water bottle right.
Oh, that's true. So we're rewatching How I Met Your Mother,
Oh, I should do this while I'm thinking about it.
Sorry.
and
That
we-
whole show is still a little stained for me. But
well,
Yes, that's why-
I researched when to exactly stop watching it.
So we don't have the ending.
So that we
ruined.
don't
And then
have
I'm
the
just going to
ending
pretend that was the ending.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No,
Oh,
we've,
no, we've seen the ending.
We're
Oh,
furious with it. We're
Yeah.
trying to watch it without having that in it, so that maybe we can change our viewpoint.
See,
on
my
it.
problem
I
is that
started
it's.
rewatching it with English.
Yes.
50, I watch clips on YouTube and I'm like, oh, that's right, I did like this show once. But my problem was that it was the last 3 seasons for me. The problem with that show, because I don't mind the ending itself. It's the fact that they stopped writing toward that ending 3 seasons before that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, I could go on. I won't.
Thanks.
When I rewatched episode 2 recently and we were talking about that, that was one of the things that struck me as it was like, Obi-Wan's a great guy. I feel like he wasn't a very good father. I feel like that's one of the failings of the Jedi Order is you've got all these single men who have never really had fathers
Yeah.
trying to raise children,
Yes.
and it's just not the most fatherly environment. But I agree that he's a great guy, and absent the Jedi Order, he probably wouldn't have father.
Yeah.
So
I went with an obvious choice, Bail Organa.
yeah,
That was mine as well.
So
yeah. I thought no one
So
would think of
fun.
him.
Yeah,
Bail Organa. He is.
Leia's
Leia's
adopted.
I have
adopted
him.
daughter.
I have him elsewhere on my
Oh,
list.
that's fair.
And it was one of those where it's like, dang it, but he should be
Jimmy Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a tough
Think of
choice
that.
not to
That
put him
would've
in
been
there.
a really good choice.
Right? I think you
Dang
didn't go with him
it.
because I had him. That's one of those that you.
Why you gotta
So
ruin
who did you
my-
pick then, Jeff?
What's your reasoning on Bail Organa then? Yeah.
Bail, I mean,
kidding.
It's self-explanatory.
No, she
he
knows.
knowingly took in
Yes.
Yeah.
the most evil guy in the galaxy's kid to raise.
Yeah.
I mean, the same could. It was really close between him and Owen Lars,
Yeah, that's
but
right.
I went with Bail Organa because he had the money to provide.
Yeah, exactly. I was just like, who's in that situation where it's like, well, this man just slaughtered a bunch of children, the entire Jedi Order has thrown in with this tyrannical government.
Sure, I'll
Sure,
raise
I'll
his
raise
kid.
He's one of the
Kids.
most dangerous men in the universe. We need to keep his daughter hidden. I'll take her in. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
also that it's pretty apparent that he did a good job.
Yeah.
Like based on what we're told in Last Jedi, if we're adjusting that for her talking about her mother to Bail Organa's wife, then apparently he was mostly a single father most of that time. But he erased
No, she's a.
Shush,
her-
headcanon. Anyway.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
I was wrong.
Brea
Nevertheless.
Organa is killed when Alderaan explodes.
Okay, well.
So she's there.
Nevertheless,
Yeah.
the two of them together then raised a kick-a daughter, and he's clearly like, she is 18 years old, and he's sitting here like, who do I need to go get Obi-Wan? I will send my daughter. I not only trust her to do that, but I am comfortable that she can
She has
handle
the
whatever
skills
she
to
gets
do it,
into
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So he's willing to step back and let his daughter do what she... Dude's awesome.
If you want more
And he's
of
Jimmy Smits.
that relationship, the father-daughter relationship, read Leia, Princess of Alderaan by Claudia Gray. It goes into that. Yeah, it goes into their like her being raised by her parents, and you get to see them like actually parent, and they are just as awesome as you would think they are. Like they're great parents. So
Wait.
that's a good choice.
I put Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Qui-Gon was my
That was what I
choice.
was thinking.
Yeah, because
I've got Qui-Gon elsewhere.
so do I.
He's just so
but-
cute. He's
Oh, yeah.
like, he's just
He's
so
wise. He'd
adorable
be a
with
smart dad.
Anakin.
Yeah, he's really
And
good with
he
it.
knows a certain set of skills.
Yeah. Unless he's up
I was
against
like, what are you talking
Ray
about?
Hart, but-
Uh-huh.
Okay, so and then everyone else went
No,
Jimmy
no,
Schmitz.
uh,
Carrie.
I almost went with Bail Organa because of all the reasons stated. But he's the good dad when things are going well. He has the means to provide for her and all that jazz. But when pushed to the limit, when have to make the ultimate sacrifice, I pick Urso. Because he did have to
That is true.
go to extreme lengths to be protective.
His wife was
while
an
being a
awful
good
mother,
father.
but he was...
We didn't ask for
It doesn't matter his choice.
her behavior has tainted my thoughts of Galen, but no, I will. Yeah, Galen was a good father.
Yeah.
He was a good guy in a bad situation.
Yeah, exactly.
That's legit.
And literally the only character development his daughter gets is my father loved me. So hey,
Yeah,
that's solid.
that's
Yeah.
true.
That's true. Okay, and then Ross, you went Bale, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I was
Okay. Next one, and this is where I put Bale. Best husband.
That's a legit choice.
Because I'm like, again, I'm thinking, who would I want for my husband to help me raise my kid? Oh, Bale, of course. He's a great dad. And I think he would be very loving and tender.
I
So,
forgot to
you know.
mention my runner-up for best father was Jabba the Hutt.
That's true. He cares a lot about his kid.
Just purely on the quality of his fathering, he seems pretty solid.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, but yeah, like Jimmy Schmidt's, my kids would be well taken care of, you know, like he'd be a great husband. I think I would probably be showered with gifts. He's well off. He's got a great set of facial hair. His goatee is just, you know, I want to rub my face on it. So, you know, yeah, Jimmy Schmidt's.
yep. Well, no, you want
I mean,
Bail Organa.
Bail sorry,
Organa.
it's
You
slipping through.
You don't want Dexter Jimmy Smith, the serial killer. Like, no.
Yeah, Bail Organa.
I went with Kanan Jarrus. I think he would
choice.
make a wonderful, you know, had he not died.
Right,
Yeah.
you know. Everybody does eventually.
Yeah, that's true.
I put young Owen.
Yes.
Owen Lars.
He's so cute.
I also put Owen, but I was unclear on whether or not it would be. Because even when he's old and kind of grouchy, he's nice to his
Nice.
wife.
He's pretty solid,
It's true.
So I could go with either Owen.
Well, and even fathering there, he's a solid hand. That's okay.
Well, and he's not mean
He's not
to
abusive,
Luke.
yeah.
You know, he's just like,
He's
look,
cranky.
this is what needs. Yes, but
And
he's
he's
like,
worried.
this is what needs to be done, and I'm trying to keep you from becoming like your father.
He's actually
So-
a very typical working farmer type.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very quintessential. Any farmer you've ever seen is
Solid
just
choice,
like
Mike.
him. So,
Yep,
yeah.
that was a good choice.
for sure.
Very good.
What can I say?
For best husband, I put Cassian Andor. Because based on what I've seen of him, he will apparently just abandon his entire personality just to make me happy. Like, this man will bend over backwards for an utter stranger just to make them comfortable. That is going to be the best.
The
spouse
digs
ever.
just can't stop coming.
I
Chris.
can't- that's
Ugh.
why I picked him, so that I could rag on Rogue One.
And you know, I saw on Facebook this morning someone said their favorite Star Wars movie was Rogue One, and I thought I should
Was it
link
Joey?
them their episode.
No,
Yeah.
just let it be. I'm not trying to dissuade anyone.
No, I know, but it's just anytime I see that fight, and I'm just like, I just want to see how this would go with Chris. But,
What's funny is I thought the same thing. I was like, I hope Chris doesn't see this.
Yeah.
I did not. So.
Oh man. Okay. Next
I guess
category.
we have-
or did Carrie?
You had Owen,
Owen, yeah.
And so I guess that just leaves me, which I put Qui-Gon in this category
Okay.
because I feel like he, from what you see of him, he's very considerate and just has a lot of the qualities of being a good spouse. You
And
know?
again, if anything happens, he has a certain set of skills.
That's right. That's right.
Of course, granted, in the third movie, his ex-wife just ends up dead. So,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
that's only if you divorce him. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Not the plan.
The next one is sexiest voice. This is also one where James Arnold Taylor chimed in with Obi-Wan Kenobi.
That's hilarious because I picked James Arnold Taylor.
There it
So
is.
did we?
Yeah. That's a good choice. Though. It's
Yeah.
solid.
There was never any question for me.
Yeah,
I was
he's
like, Star Wars
fantastic.
voice. No, James Arnold Taylor.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's James Arnold Taylor
Yeah,
all
that's
the
a
way.
good choice.
So
I
James
didn't.
Arnold.
I did.
You did too, Ross?
No, I
Oh,
didn't.
okay.
Okay.
Carrie?
I went with Cassian because I just really accent.
Oh, yeah,
That accent.
Something about it.
I was-
I'm particularly fond
I
of that because they let
purposefully
him
saved
use his
him
accent.
Yes,
for
which
a
is
different
great.
category. I purposefully didn't put him anywhere else because I wanted him in a different category.
Ah, yeah.
But yes, his voice is
She
super sexy.
wanted him in a different category.
And for me, mine is the dulcimer tones of Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, God.
Hey, that's your thing, that
That
one, Jones.
deep bass. I mean,
You know, I can kind of
Just rattles
see
your
it.
bones.
That's right. That's right.
I went with Alexander Callis. voiced by David Oyelowo.
I couldn't pronounce his
Oyelowo.
I couldn't pronounce his last name either.
He's actually quite a good actor. He's in Red Tails, also directed by George Lucas, about the Tuskegee Airmen in World War II, all black fighter squadron. Really, really great. He's in that as well, and I was just like, yep, that was a good place to put you, man. Your voice is like caramel, man. Just smooth and delicious and wonderful. And Agent Callus really does have a great voice. So my first thought was Obi-Wan Kenobi, voiced by James Arnold Taylor. But then I was like, oh, but I'm like, I've already got Obi-Wans elsewhere.
Yeah. I almost ended up with all three
Obi-Wans.
Obi-Wans.
I used all of them.
And I thought, no, I'm going to give Callus some love. He's really great. So there it is. Yeah. Okay, next. That was it. Okay.
Yes.
No, that's right, because everybody said...
Yeah, we had
James Arnold Taylor.
Taylor's there.
You got some real love in this episode, Jet. That's all we're saying. Okay.
Yeah, for those of you who are confused, he's the one who does the intro to our show.
Our podcast.
Yep, exactly. Yep. Okay, next category, best hair. This is the third and final James Arnold Taylor contribution. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Which he's not wrong.
It's great hair.
I like the variety we get.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's true. Yep. So yeah.
Best hair.
Could we actually take a break for like 10 minutes?
Sure.
So I could just run home real fast.
Yeah? You okay? You got you don't.
It's okay.
Alright, so we're gonna pick
Gives
up on best
me
hair.
time to come one more.
It should be in my pocket. Best hair. You were about to.
He's
no,
gotta
wait.
get it going
I'm
again.
gonna go ahead and just
Best hair,
reintroduce
that's
it.
at the end of.
Okay, we're gonna let Tyler do the intro. Yeah, we had done the first 4, and then it was.
Oh, I had just done the... Never mind. We'll just go. Because I did the...
Yeah.
Alright, and time back in.
Best hair, I chose Old Luke. Because he has like those amazingly gray locks with the. Yeah, they're just great.
You just want to get your fingers tangled in them?
Nice beard, too.
Yeah. So, yeah, he was originally my number one because I love the gray hair. I'm like Nynaeve in Wheel of Time. Like I always wanted gray hair. I was so looking forward to it. So that's always been a thing for me. And I got all disappointed when I started. I was like, I went straight to white instead of gray, and I was like, no, what is this? Why? And then I realized that it was all coming in the temples here and in my beard down
That's
here, and I was like,
awesome.
oh my gosh, I'm going to be Doctor Strange. This is so cool. And so I'm like, if this keeps up, it'll be perfect. But
Yeah, I've always
Anyway.
wanted the silver wings as well, and that's
Yeah,
where
right?
most of my gray hair is. It's on the...
yeah, that's where it started.
Yeah, that's where it started. Yeah, no, it's everywhere now.
You're
but
gonna end
yeah.
up like your dad in like 2 years.
And your
Yeah.
dad is a good-looking guy, so
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
okay.
That's fair.
But yeah, so that was my original thought was Luke. But I when Jess wasn't sure she was going to be able to come on, we were bouncing around to a couple different people. Our sister-in-law is super into Star Wars, and so we invited her, but I was not aware she lives out in Reno now.
Oh.
So sorry you couldn't come on, Natalie. But if you're listening to this, which you better be,
Is she our Nevada listener?
maybe not probably
we have
not.
a lot
She
of-
hadn't heard about it. I don't think so. She will be on.
She
the
will
podcast.
be. Okay.
And then I talked to my sister, and my sister went and told her friends about it, and they were pulling each other on these different categories that I had mentioned. And one of them pointed out that my choice that I went with, because of, I think it was Emily that said this, I'm not sure, was if they do not have Qui-Gon for his Pantene Perfect locks, it's got to be Qui-Gon.
You know what? Yeah.
And so I decided to go with Qui-Gon because I had to use Ben Swallow with Best Body, because he's my runner-up with those feathery perfect hair. Like, that's the reason he lost to Rey at the end of Force Awakens, is he's so busy using the Force to keep his hair perfect even under that helmet. Like, seriously, when he takes that thing off and it's just like
pretty amazing.
whoosh,
Yeah.
and it's beautifully feathered, and it's like, how that
No
helmet should
helmet
not
hair at
have
all. Yeah.
Exactly. And so you'll notice in Last Jedi they went to lengths to be like, okay, let's not make his hair so absurdly feathery. And it's like, and now he's doing
Yeah,
great.
that's true. In Force Awakens, the first time he takes his helmet off, it's pretty glorious.
Yeah, it is. So
He could be
yeah.
like in a L'Oreal
My
commercial
sister's
or
friends
something.
tossed both of those out there, and I had to give them both their due. So.
I went with solo version of Han.
High
That's
five,
some
Carrie.
good hair.
High
Yeah.
five, Carrie.
I don't even like
Alden
that actor.
Ehrenreich. Yeah.
I don't even really
His
like
hair
him, but
is
he's got good hair.
spectacular. It is amazing. I want to get my hands lost in that hair. They are so. It's so good. Oh man.
I went with a lesser known Pharaoh Argaius.
Oh.
He's got some good hair. That's a
in
good
Clone
choice,
Wars,
Ross.
he's the Senate guard that betrays the Jedi when they're on that mission. But it's just this, like, it goes up and, like, comes back straight off.
It's like a reverse pompadour or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
It's just massive.
No, that's legit. Yeah, that's excellent.
Yeah, good choice, Ross.
That
That's a
dude
good deep one.
uses some product.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay, that finishes that.
No, I haven't gone.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry.
None of you.
Well, I went with Alden Ehrenreich.
Oh,
He's
that's
got
right. Okay, I
dreamy
forgot.
hair. I kid you not. It's amazing.
Christina.
This is where I put Hawk Callus.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Season 4 of
Yes.
Rebels.
Yes.
Agent Callus switches
Well, I
sides and
mean,
grows his
let's
hair out.
That's right, yeah.
let's be fair. Callus's hair, no matter what, even when he didn't, defect, he's got some nice hair and some nice facial hair. So
this was
Callus.
funny. We're both sitting at our computers at home preparing this list, and I can't remember what she was talking about. Like maybe it was like classically handsome or something. I'm like, oh, you're gonna put Hot Callus, and she just goes, oh, I completely forgot about Hot Callus. Okay, I have to change some things.
yeah.
So it was pretty funny. Oh man. Okay, now for reals, we're moving on to another round of Bed Wed Behead. This
scared.
is our sequel trilogy.
I feel like they're getting worse.
Sequel trilogy. I tried, yeah. Okay.
Bedwetting.
Kylo Ren, also known as Ben Swallow. Hux or Snoke.
Ooh.
Well, if
Bad
we're
Wed
going
Behead.
with
Head Snoke.
Yeah.
That's a given.
Let's bisect Snoke.
Yes.
Just for
Fair enough. Ben Swallow approves.
yeah. Of the three of those, I feel like the greatest chance at redemption and long-term viability as a partner is probably Ben Swallow.
Really?
So, yeah, I mean,
say
Hux ain't redeeming. No,
No.
Hux is bad. Hux isn't intelligent enough to be redeemed. And Kylo's already
fair.
conflicted. I kind of don't want them to redeem him, but at least he's got the best chance. So
Fair enough.
I would wed Kylo, bed Hux, because Donald Gleason's the fox, and Snoke can go. Personally.
See, I would.
You're gonna smoke Snoke, huh?
I would bed Kylo and wed Hux because I find Hux more attractive.
Huh?
So let it be known, Christina doesn't care about your personal, interior qualities and what
We
kind of a
have
good person you
already
are.
covered Donald
It's
Gleason.
just-
Tyler,
is
the
a hottie.
point of this is to objectify. We're
I know.
we're
I'm giving her
objectifying
props. Oh man, did you have a contribution?
men.
Yes.
Did you want to
Did
disagree?
you
no,
wanna-
not these. We're the
Right. I want Kylo as long as I get Kylo.
One night stand, long term,
You
either
don't
way.
care.
You just want a
No,
piece of that.
I would. I think I'd go with the rest of y'all. Other than Christina. I'd let's see, bed Hux, wed Kylo, and kill Snoke.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, hard choice, but on the other end of things here, Poe Dameron, Finn, Cassian Andor.
Well, I've already said I'm going to marry Cassian. He's my husband choice. So
Yeah,
That's right, that's not hard.
You can mix it up here. This gives you a chance to mix things
No,
up.
I don't
if you
need to.
want.
No,
He was
I'm
my number
marrying
one choice.
Cassian.
I know you
I'm
would.
marrying Cassian.
No, I'm marrying.
Yeah.
Dang it.
No, you're married.
I tried to
Finn.
make
You know
this
you're married.
hard.
I'm marrying
You know what?
Finn.
Yeah,
That's
this
legit,
one's all
yeah.
sixes for me. I mean, it's just
Okay,
Roll
Ross,
dice.
let's start. Who do you want to kill?
none of them.
No, you have to.
No,
have to kill
Ross,
one.
You
have to.
kill.
This is the
I
rule. You
refuse.
have
You
to.
are
One
stuck
of
on
them.
an
Okay,
island
hold
and
on.
you have to kill
Hold on.
somebody.
Hey Siri, roll
Alexa's
a dice
right there. You're
between
gonna hurt
1 and
her
3.
feelings.
Okay, who's the first one on the list?
Poe Dameron.
He's the one I kill.
Ross,
No,
you
I'm not gonna lie.
physically hurt me.
Poe was my kill too.
What? No.
I didn't even roll it at random. Dude,
No. How can you
dude, let
do
him
that?
hit me. I don't. If I'm gotta kill someone,
Oh,
this guy's
no.
already earned it.
Look at that face, though. How can you
It
do
is
that?
attractive.
You
Like,
look
they're
at the
all
other two.
attractive. They're
Yeah.
all attractive.
See, once again, as long as I get Finn to myself, I'm good.
And Finn's a darling. Finn's a darling.
No.
Get some nice
Finn.
chocolate and
He
get
was
rid of
an
Poe.
easy choice for
Yeah,
Here's the
Finn,
thing.
Finn would be my behead. He's attractive, but he's the one that I'm least attractive to out of
Yeah.
the
He's
See,
the
and
one that
for
I'm
me-
most
So-
attracted to out of
See,
those three.
and that's for me. It would be Finn, just because of the three, he's the least. I would have a sweet, steamy one night stand with Cassian Andor, and Poe Dameron for life. Because if I could lock that down, I would absolutely
Me is
forever.
Cassian Andor for life,
Oh, yeah.
and one night stand
no.
with Poe.
Yeah, just
Finn
those
and the both of the
dreamy,
other ones
dark
died,
eyes.
it's
Oh,
Okay, so Russ, so you're killing Poe, Russ. Who are you marrying?
yeah, he's marrying.
Hey Siri, give me a random number between 1 and 2. So who's the third person on the list?
Cassian Andor.
Okay, he's the one. What was the one we're going for?
Marriage.
Marriage. Okay. So marrying
Russ
Cassian,
and I agree.
whatever.
And a
Yeah.
sweet,
Siri and I
steamy
agree,
chocolate
apparently.
night
Yeah.
ahead of you. Okay,
Final sequel.
final. Uncarplet.
No.
Okay, the big blob
Okay,
fish from
yeah.
episode
He's
7.
the guy that's handing out
1 quarter.
Ooh,
Yeah,
nice.
ooh, Ross, that was good.
He's also
Wow.
really good at that hut voice that he
Yeah.
loves. He's good
Yeah.
at that too.
Saw Gerrera.
Saw Umkar and
Krennic. Orson Krennic.
Orson Krennic is the bad guy in Rogue One.
With the-
underly inept.
he's always in
He's
white.
in the white.
Always in
Yeah.
white.
One night with.
That's the point, Jess.
One night stand with Saw.
Because he's too cray-cray to
'Cause
live
he's
with
crazy.
forever. Yes.
He's got the-
Yes.
You get in and you get out.
Uh-huh.
And then, so we're gonna have to marry Krennic.
Yes.
And then just get rid of
Blobfish.
yeah.
Uncarplet.
I would
I agree
also
with
probably kill Uncarplet mainly because I know Ben Mendelsohn is gonna get himself killed eventually. But no, I think I would marry Saw. Yeah, just because.
Wow.
I
You're
mean,
into the crazy.
granted, Ben Mendelsohn is gonna get himself killed anyway, but so is Saw.
Yeah.
And I'd rather be with the guy who's at least ostensibly on the right side.
I had the same logic on that.
Yeah.
Of one's kind of a bad guy, one's kind of a weird good guy.
Yeah.
He's on
I'd
the
rather be
crazy
with
edge.
an at least somewhat competent semi-good guy than an utterly inept bad guy.
Fair enough. Christina, what about you?
Oh, I agree with Ross.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Alrighty. Back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Yes.
With the category of Best Dressed.
Yes. So, did anyone not choose Donald Glando? Because if
Yeah.
so, you're cray-cray.
I did.
What?
I did not.
I chose
What?
Billy D. Lando.
That's a
I'll allow
good
it.
second
I'll
choice.
allow
No,
it.
it
But
is
still,
clearly
we don't see
Donald
much-
Glover
We don't see
Lando.
much of his clothing is the thing, but Donald Glover, we literally get to see his entire closet,
Yeah.
And it is fabulous.
That is-
It
Yeah.
is
That
amazing.
He's
Now-
immaculate, yeah.
In my defense, this is before when I thought I was cheating by choosing the different ages.
Ah.
So I used Lando somewhere else that we have not gone over yet.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
No.
Fair enough.
Okay, so who picked different than Donald Glover?
Wow,
3 of you.
half of
Okay.
us.
Wow, that is shocking
I
to
am
me.
shocked.
I thought
I
that
was
was
still
like the
Lando.
obvious one.
Yeah, you are
Hey,
still.
I
Yeah.
am still Lando.
Okay.
though.
But he's flashy, and I don't picture that as best dress. I was picturing like classy in a suit best dress. We're
Okay.
talking like 50 Shades of
So,
Grey
Orson
kind
Krennic.
of very classy guy. So I went with Dryden Voss. He does
That's a
seem
good.
like
That's a good
Yeah.
choice. Yeah.
I've got him
Boss is,
somewhere else,
Paul Bettany in Solo.
And
Yeah.
see,
Yeah.
for me, it was between
Yeah, Paul Bettany.
Dryden Voss and who I went with was Hux. Because Hux always looks sharp in all of those.
But
movies.
his is
Absolutely.
a
He's got that
uniform
crisp
that everybody
military.
wears.
Yeah, like
He
takes
does, but
good
Dryden
care of
Voss is
himself.
But
a
he
better
also
choice
he'll do
than
this
that.
little like cape thing too that no one else
Yeah.
does. Which I mean, just
He's trying
Whoa,
to
whoa,
level
whoa.
up his
He does a
wardrobe.
cape
Yeah,
thing
he
that
is.
no one else does. Excuse me, have you seen Solo? Do you know who Lando Calrissian
it's
is?
not
The
the
man is
same.
defined by his cape.
not the same.
Well, when we were choosing for this category, Kyler's comment was, "You're going with somebody in a cape, right?" I'm like, "Obviously." He's like, "Yeah, me too."
How can you not? Oh
Capes are the
man.
best.
Okay, so that one was fairly easy.
And you know what?
I'm still shocked that 3 of us did not pick
I can
Donald
see,
Glover
I
Lando.
can see Dryden. That's fair. And
I
I also
can
can see the
too.
point of him being more flamboyantly
I
over the
can
top
too,
dress.
but I just
But I think
can't.
it's still classic.
Yeah,
I
no
like it.
kidding.
And I love
Oh,
I
man.
love Hawaiian shirts, and the fact that they stuck basically a Hawaiian shirt
Yeah.
into Star Wars.
It's so
I adore
good.
it. I love it.
Okay, next is Best Wingman. So this one has 2 subcategories. Best Wingman. There's the figurative Best Wingman. The romantic Best Wingman. Who's gonna help you get hooked up with somebody, right? Who's gonna be there? He's got your back. Then there's the actual literal Best Wingman. Who do you want next to you in a dogfight? Who's got your back? Who's gonna blow those TIE fighters away before they can shoot you? Okay.
That is not how I took that.
So,
For the best romantic man, I picked Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, I see your strategy. Yeah.
yeah,
You know,
I get it.
whatever
Yeah.
double date you go on, you're gonna like
Look
end up
good.
with the best
You're gonna end
one.
up with both
You're
of
gonna
them.
get
You
hugs.
are
Yeah.
Good choice, Carrie.
I
We
approve.
thought similarly,
I
but not.
approve.
Yeah, that was good.
For literal, I picked Wedge.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
I
Wedge.
picked Wedge for
Okay.
literal
Did
wingman.
anyone not pick Wedge? Okay. Jess, give us your answer.
For which one?
For literal
literal.
wingman.
For literal
Literal
wingman.
wingman, I chose pilot because, like, that's all we have. Like,
Fair
man
enough.
is
That's
literally known
acceptable.
by pilot.
That's fair. Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
okay. I also picked Wedge. That was
Yeah,
how
Wedge
can you
is
not?
the wingman
Yeah.
of Star
Yeah.
Wars.
It's either Wedge or it's Biggs. One of those two,
Yeah.
I think. But
Yeah.
I was like, Wedge is
Yeah.
more
Well,
of a.
But
it
Wedge is gonna
could've
come through alive
also
with
been
you.
Anakin
Yeah,
because
exactly.
he was noted as being the best pilot in the galaxy.
And,
I
you know,
did
and I thought
consider-
about that. Yeah.
I thought about it as well, but then I was like, I want Wedge.
Wedge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Wedge.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Are we still doing romantic?
Yeah, we gotta
Yeah,
do
yeah.
romantic.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just when
Yeah.
she said Wedge, I'm like, okay,
Everybody else
everybody's
is
gonna
Wedge.
do it.
Well,
So.
Well, and the thing with Wedge for me is just that it's like nobody has a better track record of wingmanning. Like,
Yeah.
you know that not only are you both going to come through alive, but that you're going to be the one that gets all the glory.
He's a good wingman. He's
Yeah.
like, no, yeah,
He'd
it was
probably
totally
be a
Luke.
great romantic wingman.
Yeah, that's
too.
a good choice. If we could only use them twice.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ross, who was your romantic?
So the romantic wingman. This one is where I put Lando because I granted
Lando's
I
gonna
will say
steal your date.
no,
He is,
but
yeah.
that's the thing. If
Ross,
Lando's
you will
on
get
your side,
cuckolded.
hold on. If Lando's on your side and you both agree that yes, part of his goal
So
is to
you're
get you a
dibsing.
woman to walk out on, yeah,
If he's
To walk out
actually
with,
your
not
friend
on.
wingman, not
Yeah.
just code.
yeah,
Maybe.
because
I don't
I still
know.
don't trust
That
Lando.
is-
Yeah.
that
Lando's
is his-
closest friend
Which
in
Lando
the
are you
galaxy.
picking, by the way?
young.
Young Lando? Yeah,
Yeah.
even less.
Yeah, Lando's closest friend in the galaxy is Han Solo, and he's still open. Okay, besides Leet, who then he upgrades into the Falcon and then loses
that's
her.
fair.
Okay,
Yeah.
Lobot, I guess, is his next best friend. But like Han Solo is one of his closest friends, and he immediately is like, "Well, Leia, who is this? You know, hello."
Yeah.
Like instantly is like, "Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I didn't see you standing there. Let me flirt with your woman."
But
I believe
he
he's got
also
the
did
skills
go
to win that.
undercover
Yeah.
I just don't know if he
at
will do
Jabba's
it.
He will use
palace to help get them back together.
That's true, but that's also
But that's
feel
why
kind
I
of-
asked whether or not it was young Lando or older Lando.
Right,
Or
older
cozy
Lando I could see more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
Solo
feel like
Lando.
Older Lando's been out of the game too long.
Are you kidding?
He
Have you
has
seen
been-
that swagger with Leia? She fetching is into it. You can see.
But he has been on. He's been on that mining platform for way too long. Young Lando's still in the thick.
Oh man.
I'm with Ross.
Okay.
On this
Thank you. Thank
one. I
you.
haven't even seen the movie, and it makes sense.
So I followed a similar train of thought to Carrie. Right, pick somebody bad that makes me look good. Right. So I went with prequel trilogy Anakin Skywalker, Hayden Christensen. His incessant whininess and just really bad pickup lines is gonna make me look infinitely more smooth by comparison. So,
Now, question: do we know? Does this tactic actually work?
all I've got to do is bring up Sandross, and he's going to go off for like an hour about
Here's
how
the
terrible it is, and I have to just
I
stay
feel like
normal.
he's just going to drive all the girls away.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
and
the
that's
thing.
when they're like, when they're looking to get out of here, I'm like, let's get out of here, and then I leave with them.
So, but in other words, you cannot enter the bar together because then they'll know that you're part of the same group and not say
Guilty by association.
yes.
Or you need an entire group so that it doesn't look odd that you're abandoning your friend.
Correct. That's what I'm
true.
going with. Okay.
Okay, I actually went with Alan Tudyk's K2L. I mean, come on, it's Alan Tudyk.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about him stealing your girl either. I mean,
Exactly.
See, I think you split a fine difference between the two strategies because I mean he's kind of fun to be around, but he'll probably say something awkward
Yeah.
and just
And
enough that they'll
rude.
be like,
And
this
won't
other
get
one's
picked.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I just love Kate. So.
Fair.
My wingman is Obi-Wan, but it's Ghost Obi-Wan.
Ooh.
Okay?
Oh.
So he's gonna like do intel. He's gonna like let me know what you're talking about. Like, he's gonna
I
use-
love it.
I know,
He's gonna feed
use
you the
the
right
Force
answers. Yeah.
to help me out. Like
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He'd also be a good, like, card playing buddy.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
only you
gonna
can
look
see
so
him.
good.
Very good
Yeah.
logic.
That's
I agree
a
with
good
that.
train of thought,
That's
Jess.
a good
I
choice.
approve.
Yeah.
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 I'm a little disappointed that you all missed the obvious choice.
Oh no.
The galaxy's best wingman, the only man who is known to reach across the galaxy and connect two people together.
Oh, God.
It is
Snoke?
Snoke is the best wingman out there. Ray hated Kylo Ren before Snoke
Look
came
at that
along.
matchmaking
Yeah.
son of a gun.
She did, and then by the end of that, they weren't. He flubbed it up. That's on Kylo. But man, if he just played his cards right, it would have been fine.
That's my new headcanon. Snoke is just a romancer. He's just doing this
He's
for
the
love.
world's best wingman, yeah. And he was also my runner-up for best dressed.
In a Liberace
good choices.
style.
Oh, come on, he's fabulous.
Okay. Next, going off of Papa Snoke there, most seductive villain.
I almost went with Snoke too next.
Well, with that gold robe.
Yeah.
This one for me. So I went with Grand Admiral Thrawn.
So did I.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh, I
good
guess,
one.
yeah, he is in this show.
Yeah.
He is. He's
Yeah.
in Clone Wars.
Very
So-
classy, seductive villain.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. Just another, and just
He's got that crisp white suit. And it's always sharp and
Yeah.
That's a good
But
choice.
one other thing that also attracts me to Thrawn is that he's always very respectful.
Yeah.
In both
That's true.
in both sets of books, like in fact, that's probably one of my favorite moments in the books that I've read, is when Thrawn in the original
of
series,
all books that Ross has read.
No, because it's amazing because it sets Thrawn apart as not just some other random Imperial goon person. So there's this moment where they're trying to tractor beam a freighter or something, and the rebels use this certain trick where they explode one ship and there's another ship inside. So when the thing explodes, the tractor beam can't lock onto anything, and the ship that actually is leaving gets away. Well, this happens to Thrawn. And you're reading the book, and it says Thrawn doesn't say anything, and he walks down into the sensor pit, and like everyone's going, "Oh
crap!" Yeah, it's time for underlings to get executed.
Yeah, this is the point
because
someone
the last
dies.
guy to screw up one of these, it did not go well for him.
Yeah, but then like he talks to the guy. He's like, "Okay, so what happened?" And the guy's like, "Well, this and this and this happened. So I tried to do this with the tractor beam to try and spread out the stuff, but it didn't work, and there just wasn't anything I could do." He goes,
There wasn't enough time. Yeah,
and he goes, "That's an excellent plan."
that is exactly what you should
And
have.
I think he even like promotes the guy or something, and he's like,
yeah.
"Okay, and now what you're gonna do is you're gonna spend all your free time or whatever
Figuring out how you would
figuring out
not
how to do this.
fall to this.
And
Because
then-
he's like, that was the best possible solution you could have come up with on the book. He's like, that was good.
And then in the original Thrawn series was the first 3 books, and then there were 2 that were set years later.
Turns out,
was
publishing
there?
episode coming up.
Oh, but
Nope, publishing episode we did last
it
week.
already happened.
Publishing episode that y'all heard last week.
They do the same thing. The rebels blow up a ship, but this time they when that happens they
have a
the kid
system in
figured it
place.
out.
They know what to do, yeah.
So, but Thrawn's awesome.
You know,
So
I
these
had
are
not
old
considered
books that you're
Thrawn,
talking
but-
about.
Correct.
Yeah.
These
Okay,
are no
I'm
longer
like,
canon.
I don't
Yeah, no, these
know
are
the
not the new
story.
canon, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I had not.
Although
considered
in the
Thrawn. I
news
probably would have gone with
stories,
him.
in the news stories, Thrawn is very much the same way.
He is.
Still very much like, okay, what went wrong? Let's assess it. Okay, everybody performed as well as they could have. All right, nobody dies.
Yep.
It's only when it's like you
But when
clearly
it's like,
missed
no, you
something
botched
obvious
that.
should
Yeah.
have been you're dead. Okay, well there we go. So is that most seductive?
Well,
villain?
I don't
Me.
know that we
Right?
objectified him enough, though. I know you guys were talking
Do
about
it.
his brains.
Mhm.
He.
Oh, Thrawn should have been the hottie because he's smart.
Oh, he could have been.
I was
that.
almost put
He
in
could
there.
have
Shoot!
been
Why
that.
didn't I think of
Yeah.
that?
I always forget that Thrawn was in.
Mhm.
I've never seen
Yeah.
Rebels, so I always forget that he's actually in canon.
Yeah.
He's in
Okay.
it. I mean, he's got the good physique.
He
Broad
really does.
shoulders.
Oh, yeah.
He's tall.
You know he's jacked under that uniform too.
Yeah, for sure. He keeps
Yeah.
himself. He works out, so he's.
I did consider Thrawn. But
Nice. I went with Dryden Voss, Paul
Oh.
Bettany.
I did too.
Nice. High five. High five. There it is.
Man.
Dude, he is a good-looking son of a gun. He dresses snappy. He is like the way he is just able to like charm. He's got charisma coming out his ears. The dude is seductive. Like you get to second base. That's Yep. So that's the
I have
next
nothing better to say.
Christina, Jess, yeah. And then Chris.
I went with Newt Gunray. I also went with Dryden Voss. So.
Yeah, there we go.
Though, like
Wow.
I said, I would change to Thrawn if I considered that. So,
Yeah, that's a good one.
okay.
She-
I went. I
Thrawn.
had Admiral Thrawn.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you did.
she started.
Yep. There we go. Good choices, guys. My goodness. Okay, this is another two-parter. All right, this is the best cuddle, but we have two choices. One where you or where the person that you pick is the little spoon. Who are you going to cuddle?
Yeah.
And then one where the person is the big spoon. Who is going to cuddle you? All right. Okay. So, who's starting?
You are.
Oh, me. Okay. My big spoon. Who is going to cuddle me? Chewbacca.
Yes.
Yes!
Of course, it's Chewbacca.
I had Chewbacca, but then I changed it.
What?
I Well, I got
I'm
got to thinking. Oh, he's cuddling me, but then hair. Yeah,
that's he's the big spoon. You're facing away.
Yeah, you're facing
his
away.
arms around you though.
You can move. You can be like Chewie. You can just move his arm and be like, just my midriff. You know,
that's
put it down
But
there.
I thought about
That's why I wouldn't want him as the little
the
spoon.
hair in my mouth.
Yeah.
So I actually went with Snap Wigsley.
That's a good choice.
Played by Greg Grunberg.
Yeah,
he's got some extra padding too.
Yes,
He'd be good to snuggle.
That's why I picked him.
Yeah.
I am just going with. I'm assuming that Rio knows what he's talking about.
And he's not unattractive either.
Yeah, Rio told us how fantastic a cuddle the Wookiees are. So.
The more I got thinking about it, the more I'm like, I think Chewie would be. He's massive. I would be a very little spoon.
Yeah.
I would be an extremely little spoon for Chewie. Which would be so great to just cuddle up in there, have his big Wookiee arms thrown over me like a blanket. I could just, oh man, like I'm ready to go take a nap right now.
Who's on the other side then? Who's your little spoon?
So my little spoon, I almost went with Wicket just for the furry,
Wicket.
big little spoon.
I wanted Wicket in here somewhere and I couldn't fit.
But I didn't. So I started thinking about it. I'm like, who though? Like really though, Kyler, think about it. Who do you want to snuggle? And I was like, so I started looking up heights because I'm like, I'm only like, if they're gonna be a little spoon, there's a height, you gotta do this.
He spent like an hour on this.
This one took a long time to think about. There were numerous people that were in here, including Poe Dameron for a minute, and then I was like, no, I need him somewhere else. I went with Chirrut Imwe, Donnie Yen. He's only 5'8", which is only a little bit taller than Christina, and Christina's a pretty good snuggle.
Shorter than my wife.
So I'm going that I could really get into that. He's short enough. I could get some real good snuggle going on. So yeah, Chirrut.
Yeah. Cool.
Yep.
I went with Wicket.
I also
teddy
went
bear.
with Wicket.
Yep.
Yeah.
Little teddy bear.
You two both did. Ross and Terry, you both. Okay. So we got 3 votes for Wicket.
I went Lando.
Oh.
Original Lando. Like,
I
I
that
like
cuddle is
cuddling.
going more than just cuddle,
I like
right?
cuddling
Like that's
people
just
taller than me, obviously.
Yeah.
So,
She always likes to be the big spoon.
I like being the big spoon.
Which was rough back when my hair was 2 feet
Ugh,
long.
so much hair in my mouth. Freaking.
So she got the Wookiee treatment.
So you prefer to be the little spoon, but on the outside,
No,
big spooning it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Basically.
interesting. Well, there we go.
All right. None of y'all know who I picked.
Oh no, I'm so excited.
I went with Salacious Crumb. Now, for those of you who don't remember, Salacious B. Crumb is the Kowakian monkey lizard who is being little spooned by Jabba the Hutt.
Oh.
Now, Jabba... Now, let's look at this. Let's look at this.
He's being spooned by Jabba.
He is! That's the thing. Now, see, Jabba is living a life of decadence. He's on top of it all. And this is like full-on hedonism-bot stuff. Like, Jambi, the chocolate pudding. Like, this is what Jabba is living. And Jabba, for some reason, has chosen to just perpetually spoon this little creature. There's got to be something great going on there. I mean, this Kowakian monkey lizard must
learn
be
the
the
secret,
best
is
little
what you're
spoon
saying.
ever. I'm assuming that Jabba knows what he's about. Because he is living it up just like
So
a
Jabba
leisure.
can have the best of everything, and he chooses this. So
Exactly.
you're saying whatever the secret is, you're going to learn
If
it.
Salacious is
Okay.
there, there's got to be a good reason for it. So I'll chance it.
Side
fair.
note, I actually got to hold one of the
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
props, Salacious Crumbs,
Hey,
from
that's awesome.
Return of the Jedi
Yeah,
at my very first Gen
Our
Con.
very first
Was it
Gen
cuddly?
Con.
No.
Okay. Wrong choice.
It
That's
was
a prop.
really
That's a
heavy.
prop. It's not the
not the real
real.
Salacious.
Yeah, it's not the real Salacious. That's true.
It was really heavy.
But yeah, there was this guy there who's a Star Wars fan. He's like, every year I come to Gen Con and I bring some of my collection. I've collected like actual props from the movies, and he had Salacious Crumb, and he's like, "Do you guys want to hold?" Because I was freaking out. I'm like, "Return of the Jedi is my favorite movie. You have an actual prop from the. This is fantastic." He's like, "Do you want to hold it?" And I'm like,
yeah.
"Yeah, I do." So I got to hold Salacious Crumb. He's like, "Do you want me to take a picture, you guys?" Yeah, yes, it was awesome. So good times. Good one, Fred. That was a good memory. Good job. Way to bring that up. Okay. So that was it, right?
Yep, that's it.
For our
We
spooning?
kind of went out
Okay.
of order there because everybody
Yeah.
chose Wicket.
Yeah.
And Chewie.
Chewie, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, all right. Just full on objectification. Who do you want to just mug down with? Just throw him up against the wall and have your way with him.
I think it's
Macapon. Yeah.
Whose turn is that? Is it yours?
I think it's Kyler at first. 'Cause you went
Yeah,
first
Kyler
on
just
the-
went. No,
Oh,
Kyler
no, it's
just
you.
went
Go,
first.
Christina.
Oh, Cassian Andor, hello. Diego Luna, hottie hot hot.
Christina has a massive crush on
I've
this
had
guy.
a crush on him since Dirty Dancing Havana Nights.
So yeah, she saw this category. She's like, I know who I'm putting in there. I'm like, Cassian. She's like, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's on her list. Her celebrity
He
list.
actually is, yes.
I went Kylo. Have you guys? Okay, you probably have. There is a show.
Yeah, you brought it up earlier. The What
called
If?
What If?
Yeah,
And in that, the actor, I don't remember.
Adam
his name.
Driver.
Adam Driver. Oh my gosh. Like, he makes out hardcore in that show, and he knows what he's doing.
He is.
Oh my gosh. Like, I had never considered him as, like, make-out material. And then I saw that, and I was like, no, he's now at the top of
It's
the list.
steamy.
That's
It's pretty intense.
hot dang.
See, it was hot enough that she broke the rules and used Kylo Ren twice.
Oh,
True.
fair enough.
Yeah, good choice. I chose Han Alden Ehrenreich.
Oh yeah,
Young
that's a
Han.
good choice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's gregarious. I always liked Alden Ehrenreich. Well, before he ever showed up in Star Wars stuff.
sure, that's a good choice.
I had the hardest time putting someone in this category, so I went with logic of, okay, what would the most sensations? What would...
Oh
Yeah,
I feel,
brown
wait,
chicken, brown cow.
I feel like I'm about to learn something very important about my life.
Hey, Ross, take notes.
I went with Kit Fisto, because he's got all
Oh. Carrie high, the highest of fives.
Boy.
When me, like, making out with an octopus, like, there would just be hands everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
I was really worried that you were gonna say, what's the creature's name that, like, does things to your mind?
Oh, Margullet.
I was
More
so
Margullet.
worried that that's where you were going.
She went with the toned down version of that.
Okay.
Carrie, one more high five. Oh my gosh. Ross, how you feeling, bud?
Even more uncomfortable than I was originally with this question. And partially because there's a certain theme.
Oh no.
In,
Did you also?
no, I did not pick Kit Fisto.
Okay.
No. I did pick Nine Numb.
Oh.
Oh, that face.
That's
Because he's got
No.
multiple lips going
That's
on.
Lando's co-pilot in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. Celestian.
Yeah. The answer to this one was along the same as when I picked Bib Fortuna earlier. So I mean, but there's a certain theme we have going on. We like the monsters, huh? Okay.
Well, we've all learned something today.
I think I'm gonna go shower. Let's
We have not learned who you would pick.
Excuse me. Okay. I went with someone no one would have ever thought to pick. Just raw, sheer manimal lust. FN1824, also known as Daniel Craig's cameo.
I did debate whether or not I wanted to use Daniel.
Daniel, this one was hard for me because I was like, I mean, Oscar Isaac, clearly Poe Dameron. Like, I want to throw down with that guy, but then I'm like, no, he's got to go somewhere else. So then I'm like, well, who else? Because I'm like, I've already got Han Solo and classically handsome. Donald Glover's already taken in the very necessary category of best dressed. I'm like, and if he wasn't in being best dressed, he'd be in best smile. Like, who else can I pick? Who would I just want to get down and dirty with? And then I was like, wait, Daniel Craig did a cameo. Okay, what's his number? So I looked it up. Yeah, the Daniel Craig Stormtrooper. He could have his way with me. That's, whatever. Whatever he wants to do, I'm down. Oh, man. It is time for a break before we go into our final category, guys. We ready? Okay. So, this is Young Solo, Alden Ehrenreich, Tobias Beckett, or Lando. Young Lando. All from Solo, okay? So, Solo, Lando, Beckett.
Kill Tobias.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm
His
with you
wife
on that
does
one.
not last long.
She's not even his wife.
It was Beckett when I was
Nope.
looking.
What?
Yeah,
Are they
were
married?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh,
That makes
shoot.
it so much more tragic,
Okay,
right?
well, I'm a bad person. All right.
You're not gonna do well if you're married to him, so I just.
Okay.
That was her choice.
Who's your one night stand? Who's your wed, Carrie?
A nice stand with.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what my order
Yeah.
would have been as well.
I agree.
So,
See,
are you switching
I'm
it?
a little torn between this one because, as we know, Han Solo was not a very good husband. Things started getting rough, and he left.
Well,
To be fair, I'm not sure Leia was a great wife.
Well, that's that's probably
Also fair.
But that military career is
But I'm thinking,
She's a
I mean,
little
this
boss.
goes back to best dressed, right? Lando's got an awesome wardrobe.
Well, that's fair. But remember, though, if you are the one marrying Han Solo, the odds of your children being force sensitive are pretty low. So there's not going to be any children falling to the dark side.
True.
Yeah. Because that's always the way I took their relationship,
That's
is that
true.
what broke them up was the loss of the
Oh, yeah.
child phenomenon.
Absolutely.
That's okay.
So-
That's fair.
That's Leia straight up says, like, we both, we got hit with a tragedy and we both went back to what we knew best. And
That's fair.
All right. We're going to, I think, learn a little bit more about Carrie. Chewbacca, Rio Durant, Dryden Voss.
I would marry Rio. Well, Chewie.
I'd marry Chewie.
Yeah.
I mean, he does seem like a really great life partner there.
You could celebrate Life Day.
Yeah. I was about to say, she suggested Chewie as a father, and I was like, I don't know, he seems like a pretty absentee father.
Yeah, it's true.
But no, yeah, I think I'd marry Chewie.
Yeah, I'd marry you.
And,
I'd
yeah,
have a one-night stand with Dryden.
Yeah, why not? I don't really want to kill Rio, but I also don't really want to sleep with him, so...
Yeah.
Carrie, what are you doing?
I guess I'd take a hit for the galaxy.
You like the
Rio's the
extra
funny
I'd get rid of
guy.
Dryden.
Rio dies anyway, though, so maybe that's just easier as I've seen hunks, so... Yeah, he's
Fair.
good to go.
Ross, what about you?
I think I'd actually agree with Chris.
Marry Chewie, one-nighted up with Dryden.
I could take a hit for the galaxy again, you know, like, Dryden needs to go. Sleep with Rio, maybe, but we'd see.
We'll see how it goes. All right.
See how seductive
Okay.
Dryden really is.
This one is Rogue One themed. Baze Malbus.
Who?
Chirrut's Familiar.
Yeah, right, that's right.
Oh, you classify him as it's familiar.
Yeah. K2SO. And Pilot. Bodhi Rook.
Thank you.
That was just for you, Chris.
Thank you. I appreciate it every time. Thank you. Well, I'd marry K2SO. I think that'd be a good time. If I can have more Alan Tudyk in my life, I will take that. And I'd do the one night stand with Baze, and I don't know who this other person is that you're talking about. So thank you.
I'd marry Baze.
That's fair. He's also pretty dang.
He's
good
pretty
partner,
loyal, too,
apparently,
yeah.
yeah.
Loyal.
The only downside is that the second you die, he's gonna die 5 seconds later.
I'm okay with that.
She's already dead. Who cares?
Yeah, that's right.
I can agree with that.
And he would totally give his life for you if it if it meant saving you.
Well, no,
Yeah.
apparently not. He's gonna watch you die, and then
Oh,
And then
well,
he'll
yeah, that's
let
fair.
himself die after.
I think his
immediately.
gun was
I thought
jammed,
about
wasn't
him
it?
for best husband
No.
It's
too.
okay, he's
No.
coming with
I
me.
thought he was
He
messing
just
with it.
he
He
did shoot. He was the first time I watched it, I was like, he just sat there, but no, he does come out from undercover and start
Okay.
shooting. But that's it. He just starts shooting, and I'm like, so then after that, you go forward and you're throwing grenades and you do all. You couldn't have done that earlier, Baze.
Yeah.
Like, he told you. That's why he doesn't need to worry about the force. He has you.
It's okay.
Thank you. Thank
It's
you.
okay.
You can delete that if you want.
Actually, no, I think we need to have you on the show more often. Actually.
I just have to, dial him
Yeah.
back a little.
Simmer down.
Alrighty. Well, there we go. Moving on.
Sun's getting real low.
The next category. The next category is Silver Fox. Who's that handsome old man?
Yeah. Mace Windu.
Mhm. I did laugh when she chose that. I was like, well, technically there's no silver.
There's
but,
no silver,
but he is a silver fox. Yeah,
crazy
absolutely.
attractive.
Oh yeah, nobody can argue
Like-
that he is not a fox. So
Yeah.
I agree. I chose Chancellor of the Lord.
That's a good,
Ooh.
solid
Yeah,
choice,
this would be
man.
episode 1, the Chancellor who gets the vote of no confidence. Terrence Stamp, General Zod himself.
Yeah.
Silver Fox.
That's a
Oh my
good,
gosh,
They're all
good
General Zod,
choice.
Yeah,
Oh my
it is.
gosh.
There are a lot of great choices for this, but I thought of
Yeah.
Valorum and I just went, oh, I got a Valorum this.
Yeah.
He was my second choice.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, and it was close.
Yeah.
It was very close. But in the end, I had to go with my heart. So.
My original choice was going to be old Luke, but I got it Valorum.
Yeah.
I went with the classy Fox.
Ah, nice. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was
I
nice.
saved him for that
Yep.
category.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good choice.
Had I not used him before, that's probably... Well, no. I went with Moff Tarkin. But Cam
It's
Dooku
another
was
good
the
choice.
last.
Moff Tarkin is in another one for me.
Yeah.
We're coming up on it. I went with Orson Krennic.
Oh.
He's well dressed. He's got that missionary haircut. It looks good. He's got the silver. I think Ben Mendelsohn is a genuinely attractive older man. But it was real close with Chancellor of Valorum.
Yeah.
Like I put Orson Krennic down, and then I was like, oh, but there's Chancellor of Valorum, and I'm like, you know, I'll go with my heart. It's black and evil like the Empire. We'll stick with Krennic.
Yeah, I know where time.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
The second you said that, I was like, oh yeah.
No, this is where I wanted to put Qui-Gon, but the more I thought about it, I was like, he wasn't an old man when
He wasn't
he
as
filmed.
silvery back then. That's
So,
fair.
so I had to put him in classically handsome instead, but I went with Alec Guinness, Obi-Wan.
See, and I almost did
Yeah.
that one too.
That is a classic choice.
Yeah, she told me that was one of the ones that she actually told me while we were preparing, and I'm like, ooh,
Yeah.
no, I'm gonna stick
There's
with
actually
this.
an abundance of silver foxes.
There
Yes.
are.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good choice. Yoda even could potentially go there. Anyway. Well, he's got the silver down, whether you
Yeah.
think he's a fox or not.
I think he's kind
He
of.
looks like a fox, like a literal fox.
The big
Fat
ears, yeah.
Who did you choose? Oh, you already did.
I already
You
went.
started. My bad.
Okay.
My bad. All right.
Next, well, that's fine. I thought she had to go too. With so many people here, I can't keep
I
track
know,
of
this
who
is so
said
hard.
what, right? Okay, coolest friend. So just your buddy to pal around with, you know?
I chose. I was going less for like just friend and just like who would be the coolest
Okay.
to have as your friend. I went with Mace Windu.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
if you're going.
You
that
don't get cooler than
interpretation,
Mr.
yeah,
Jackson.
That's true.
If I could guarantee that he would be my friend and not backstab, I would with Tobias Beckett.
I
Yeah,
had
no,
those concerns
no.
too.
In this
Yeah.
presumption, it is that they're your genuine buddy. Like
Yeah.
you do stuff together.
I
You're
considered
friends.
him, but that's why I put him in Bad Boy because I was like, he's bad.
Yeah, that's
We
true.
would get into fun adventures, I am sure, and they may or may not be legal, but he'd be my
Yep.
friend through it all because he's forced in this category.
Yep.
I went with Empire Strikes Back Luke.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good one. That's a good one. That's a good
Can't
friend.
go wrong with
Yeah.
Lucas.
Yeah.
He's a paladin.
I mean,
you guys
he's-
get along well.
Yeah. He's a little too whiny in New Hope. A little too, I don't know. Return of the Jedi is a little bit too aloof. I don't feel like we'd really have a good time.
Just say age appropriate Luke pairing. Like, yeah, you could be you could be teenagers together, and then at
Yeah,
this
you've
point,
grown
we'd all
up
be-
together.
Yeah,
you know
It's
what?
like you and me, Ross.
Even as a teenager,
I'll
I
be
don't
Luke.
know if I would have been friends with teenagers.
you know that's legit.
So,
But he was a paladin.
Ross, you would have been friends with Luke as a teenager.
I
Don't
mean-
lie
I mean-
to our listeners.
I mean, after
Ross.
after meeting Obi-Wan, sure. But
Ross, Luke was the cool one. He had a T-16 Skyhopper to fly around with his buddies.
he also was way too obsessed with power converters.
He needed one for his hot rod, man. Ross.
Anyway.
So, anyway. Okay. I went with, this is where we finally, where Qui-Gon Jinn, Liam Neeson finally gets to make an appearance.
yeah, no,
Here's
yeah.
why, right? A, he's Liam Neeson. Like,
He will come
okay,
for you.
he will come for me. But also, like, we're gonna get into a little bit of trouble together, but he's gonna have my back.
Yeah.
He's apparently cool with, like, rigging gambling in our favor, so that's cool.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like we're going to have fun and get into shenanigans, but he's not gonna let it get too far, like too out of hand. And if it does get that bad, like he'll have my back, you know, like he'll tackle me to stop me from getting hit by a repulsor tank, you know, like we're gonna have fun.
So
he's
in
down
your
with breaking
idea of
he's
your
like
friendship-
chaotic good, you know.
Yeah. So in your idea of your friendship with Qui-Gon, you are Jar Jar.
No, I would be. No, that was just one example.
I know.
No.
But
So,
it fits.
I would imagine in that friendship, I would be more like
Yeah,
episode 1 Obi-Wan. Where I'm a little bit, you know, like,
That's
okay,
fair.
you know. But, like, if I were as brainless and clueless enough to stand there while a giant tank is coming at me, I think he probably would still tackle me.
And apparently would keep you around. So.
Apparently, that yeah, exactly. He's gonna keep me around. I can't be
Until you
apparently
just
too
get sick of him
irritating.
picking up yet another hopeless life for him.
Yeah, exactly. So Qui-Gon, I think we'd have fun.
I went with Chewbacca.
Yeah.
This is
Classic,
where
that's
I
another
wanted Chewbacca.
classic.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, yeah, Chewie would be a good friend.
yeah.
Nobody would mess with you,
Yeah.
like, ever.
Mhm.
He'd rip their arms out of their sockets.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
I went with Yoda because as far as like my best friends go, like I like people that I can
go to talk to get like advice and have discussion. And I also really need somebody to like dial it back, but not like
Help you calm your anxieties.
yeah, like somebody easygoing that doesn't care when I show up 2 hours late, you know? And I kind of figure like that's Yoda, you know? He's
Someone who's like, you're gonna run off without completing your training, and he'll be, he'll still welcome you back into the house.
back.
Yeah.
That's a good choice. And he'll offer you sage wisdom when you're
Exactly.
around. Like,
Yoda
you go
was
to him
my
with your
roommate.
life
Like,
problems,
you
and he'll
don't
be
get
like,
cool
well,
with
here,
that.
Jess, here's
Yeah.
what
You
you
just
want
gotta
to do.
give him some food
Yeah.
and he'll be cool.
Exactly.
That's a good...
Feed me. He feeds Luke.
Yeah.
Yoda was my original choice, but I needed him on Hottie because they're funny. So
Yep. There we go. So we got everybody
Yep.
on. Okay. Soulmate. I'm so excited.
this is the person that you will be connected with forever.
Yeah, that
They
just-
This
Like,
is a very important question.
They're
my dude.
basically you in the Star Wars universe. Like, yeah.
They're not me. They're my spouse.
I know. Like,
no, they're your soulmate.
they're your
I know.
soulmate. Yeah.
So I
You
went
see
with,
them, they see you. The cartoon hearts appear in your eyes. You know you're meant to be
You
together.
understand them down to their very core.
Yep.
That was a lot of
They
build up.
Chris, I'm going to have you answer for me, so just be ready.
Yep.
I went with Luke Skywalker.
Which one?
Episodes 5 and 6.
So, original trilogy.
Not
Yeah.
New Hope. I also find
It's
him
okay.
annoying.
It's okay. He'll
That's
grow
fine.
into it.
Yeah.
At least you know.
Sure. There you go. And let's be real, that's essentially who you married.
I know.
I was gonna ask by what reasoning, but we all know.
Yeah, like, basically that's who you married.
I mean,
like,
he's almost
minus
got the same haircut as well.
That's true.
Ross just fixed his hair.
Oh, Ross, that was good. Oh, shoot. Yeah. Yeah, listeners, if you want to know what Ross looks like, just take Luke from episode 4, put that haircut on Ross. That's essentially.
It really isn't. though.
Except
It's
for
not.
senior
This is
year,
much
and you
more
look
of
great.
this is much more of an episode 6 haircut, and it's still not quite that. It's like
That's
blend
fair, yeah.
between the two.
Yeah.
So
Fair enough.
yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Anyway,
Thanks all. I went with Obi-Wan.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
one?
Soulmate. I was thinking, actually, original trilogy Obi-Wan when I put it down, but kind of all of it. 'Cause he's
All
pretty,
of
he's
the
pretty
Obi-Wan,
consistent. So
Yeah.
That's why I put all the Han for all of the Harrison Ford Han for
Yeah.
my best smile. So.
Sure. That's a good one. Chris, do
What's
you
your
want...
reason? What's your
Oh,
reasoning? What's your reason?
I feel like that's what I would be most compatible with.
It's because that's who you are.
I believe Kyler picked Warwick Davis in all of his.
Yeah.
Another one that I'm sad that I didn't get on here. No, Kyler picked Grand Moff Tarkin, of course.
Right, you want to read the answer.
No, I believe you. I'm not doubting it. I shook my head, but I mean,
Wilhelm Tarkin, that is correct. Oh, man. He's so
shameful.
great.
How
No,
are
he
we
is
friends?
not.
How are we friends? I mean,
You balance
You're
each other
There's
out.
balance. We're
Yeah.
the balance
I
of the
know.
force.
But we
Must
don't
be
go
balance
together.
in all
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, Tarkin, dude. Okay, he understands. You gotta break a few eggs if you want to make a good omelet.
Eggs
Okay,
slash
if you-
planets. It's all
Exactly.
You are
Okay,
aware
and
that
I know that
listeners
this
are really
line,
missing out by missing out on Ross's face while Tyler tries to explain himself.
and I know this line is said by Krennic, but it really epitomizes the Tarkin doctrine, where he's like, "Oh, you're killing all of these things, whatever," or like you're building a planet killer, and he's like, "Well, we have to start somewhere," like that is the Tarkin doctrine, right? It has been proven in actual real Earth human history that war is a great thing for human civilization and progress. It makes the world safer. It really does. There's a great book. Ian Morris, historian, wrote a book called War, What Is It Good For? Progress of Human Civilization from Primates to Robots, I believe is what it's called. It's fantastic. Came out in 2014. You can pick it up for like $6 on Amazon. Go get it.
I'm intrigued.
It's very, very awesome. And yeah, war tends to make people work together.
Yep.
And then after the war is over, they go, well, this working together thing is pretty good. So you end up with each progressive war, larger and larger states and governments that then ensure that violence goes down within their borders. What is the Empire, Ross, but a galactic peacekeeping force? And yeah, you gotta have a war to get there. But once it's over,
Kyler.
once it's over, Ross,
This is
Yeah.
what I'm married to.
Did you know you were marrying someone with a
It's-
soul that was
No, I did not.
Kyler, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
thank you, Chris. Thank you.
You are wrong in one very important fact. In the civilizations that you're talking about, they're working towards everyone's betterment. right? The Empire doesn't care if you're not a human anymore. They don't care. They will
not
blow up your
entirely
planet
true.
if you are humans.
We're talking more average quality of life.
Average quality of life increases.
Average
Sure,
out the
some
slavery
people will have
against
worse.
the 1%.
But the overall bottom line is going up.
You are literally defending space Nazis.
Yes.
Yep, I'm with Ross.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, space
I married you,
Nazis,
but you're
or
kind of
real
awful.
actual Nazis, and the war they created galvanized humankind on this planet.
Not quite. We'll see.
The argument of you're making the standard, average standard of living better is one thing, but when you do that by genocide the bottom percent, that's bad.
Yeah,
That's very
that's
bad.
true.
Really bad.
Hey, where does the Empire genocide people that, aren't... Because genocide is one thing, but it's, hey, we need to eliminate rebels because they're literally killing people.
There
Oh,
was
we're not
Alderaan,
talking
but
about
there
the rebels. We're talking about entire species because they're not human.
Okay.
Also Alderaan.
And Alderaan.
Plenty of
Yeah,
humans there.
they weren't even the
Full of
bottom
rebel
percent,
sympathizers who were going to end up causing
And you
more
also
harm and
chose
destruction.
the man who chose to eliminate Alderaan.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tarkin, he's just great.
I went with Obi-Wan,
Which is the correct choice.
which
It
is
is-
the correct choice.
It is frankly amazing we're still married. I love you so much, wife. Oh, man.
My turn?
Yes.
Oh, Peter Cushing, by the way, played Tarkin.
Yes.
Just throwing the act.
Okay, so first off, I have to say here that I feel like this question was really like, what is that called? What is your alignment?
What is your D&D alignment?
What is
Yeah.
your
Yes.
D&D alignment?
She
Yes.
determined
Because we
to me-
have like the paladin here that's lawful good.
It's lost,
We
yeah.
have lawful evil, Kyler. We
That's
have,
fair.
we have Chris over here who hasn't gone yet, but
He's chaotic.
Yeah,
He's
it-
chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
Chaotic neutral. See, I
Okay,
am chaotic. Chaotic.
Chaotic good.
Chaotic good.
Ish.
Goodish.
She basically, I told her we had added
Like-
this at the last minute, and she was like, "How am I going to do that?" And I described mine, and she's like, "Okay, so I need someone chaotic good. I need someone who will do this, this, and this, and this."
I
And
said
Solo.
I said I need someone who goes with the flow, is fun and spontaneous, and somebody who is a good person at heart, but isn't so bogged down with being good that they don't do a lot of crazy not so good things for fun.
to quote Bill Murray, "I am really close here."
Yes, exactly. So I wanted to be young Han. I want to be
Young Hun.
young
Yeah.
Han is my.
Alden Han, because we get to see him be more sketchy than we ever get to see him in any of the later
Right.
stuff
Yeah.
with Solo. But he's still good at
That's a
writing
good
characters.
choice.
As long as it's kind of in my best interest, you know.
and or enough other people
Or enough fun.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's
Does anyone
I'm
want to
so
guess who
excited.
mine is?
Chris.
I have no idea.
Okay, chaotic.
Chaotic
No,
neutral.
Yeah,
Emphasis on the neutral.
Lando.
DJ.
Oh, even better.
I had to have DJ on here because
Yeah.
I love Benicio del Toro's DJ from The Last Jedi
Yeah.
so very much.
That is you, Chris.
Thank you.
Yep.
See, now here's the thing. Here's why I love DJ so much. I said earlier that Ben Swallow was my second favorite part of Last Jedi. That's because DJ and his specific that
I completely
maybe
forgot
line.
about DJ. Shoot.
Yeah.
I should have put him in unconventionally handsome.
I considered him, yeah, but that's why I asked for. That's why
Yeah.
why I was like, we need a soulmate one because I was like, why do I like DJ so much? Oh right, soulmate. We need to put a soulmate category in here. So
And I was happy because it gave me the excuse to put Tarkin, who I couldn't justify anywhere else. So I was super happy.
I'm glad it worked
Yeah.
out. But no, I
Ross
generally
is just
speaking,
seething with disappointment
You
in
didn't
me
want
over
to
here.
stick with Tarkin?
What? No. Although it would be classy AF, you know it would.
so DJ is very middle ground, and I generally politically any other thing I generally fall pretty middle ground. I generally describe my politics as paralyzingly capable of seeing every side of the issue. And but so I fall pretty middle ground, and so watching DJ, I was just like, where he's just like, yeah, the only option is don't sign up and everything, and I was like, well, that is not a flawed philosophy in many ways, but it was the maybe line because I have used that response in real life So many times.
You just used it on our Facebook thing.
Yes, I did.
That was so
I
great.
did.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny is I saw that you posted that, and I'm like, that is so Chris.
See, and that's
So
the thing is I've
great.
had so many debates with people on either side of the political aisle where they're just like, no, we have to stop those other people because they are just the worst and they're going to destroy society and eat babies' hearts with their own bare hands and teeth. And I was just like, okay, no. Just no. They're still people. And they're actually just working towards what they consider good goals that don't agree with yours. Maybe tone it down a bit. And, you know,
Wait,
inevitably...
you're telling me that everyone that disagrees with me politically is not an actual Nazi?
Right? Isn't it crazy?
What?
Some of them
This
are
is
commies.
news to me.
Some of
Yeah,
them are
some are
Nazis, some are
commies,
commies. No. But no, but I'll often get some sort of response, but it's like, no, but those situations do happen. Like, they accuse me of basically being you're the people in Germany who did nothing about the rise of the Nazis to power, and I always respond, maybe. I don't think I am. I think you're more Nazi-ish with your determination to wipe them out than I am at all. But, you know what? Maybe. I'm not 100% convinced I'm right. That's why I'm in the middle. So, DJ, I have this particular weird masochistic fondness for seeing my attitudes, my beliefs, my behaviors portrayed as bad guys. Not because, like, I consider myself a bad guy, but just because it's like, you're right. That is a flaw in my philosophy. That is good. Good. Well pointed out. Well done, Sir Oz. But, yeah, so DJ, all the way.
Oh,
Love my
man.
DJ.
Well, there we go.
Chaotic.
Yeah.
That's why you two work well. Surprisingly.
Or we don't do any work.
Yeah.
more like.
All right, so that everybody got that one right. Okay.
Yes.
Now this is the coup de grace, the coup de Gracie, as what is it, Daffy Duck or whatever?
I don't remember.
I think that's Duck Dodger.
Duck Dodgers.
Yeah,
Yeah. Anyway, this is the creme de la creme, the final, the cherry on top of our episode today. Who would be the best first date? Now, this one is a little bit of a longer answer for our listeners here. You have to not only tell us who the person is that you've selected, but also what it is you're going to do on your first date. Okay, so what would your first...
Where they would take you and what you would do.
Yeah, where they would take you, what would you guys do on your first date?
Oh, am I starting? Oh. My thoughts fell on Jack Porkins.
Can I just say how shocked I am that he has appeared not once but twice this
I
episode?
wanted so badly to find
That's
a spot for
amazing.
Porkins, but-
That is simply amazing to me.
Actually, I guess we haven't introduced Porkins, and probably most people won't know. Porkins is one of the TIE Fighter...
He's Red 6.
X-Wing pilots, yeah.
Yeah.
Who... I mean, he's kind of large for a fighter
yes.
pilot.
You want to know how I remember his call sign? Because my little brother misheard it and would say this. He thought he was saying breadsticks instead of Red 6. And so now I think breadsticks, he eats a lot. He's the fat guy. Okay, Red 6. That's Porkins.
What would bread
That's
have
very
to do with
funny.
him being fat?
I don't know. That it goes with pasta. You know,
Bread
you eat a
makes
lot
you
of pasta.
Bread makes you fat? Thank you, wife. My wife knew what I was.
What is that reference from? I'm
That's
talking
Scott
about
Pilgrim. That's...
Oh gosh, that's right.
Thank
Man, it's been too long since I've seen
This
it.
is why I love her.
I set up your.
She sets all of my referential humor. It's delightful.
But no, so Porkins is one of the ones he's too focused on something, and everyone's like, pull up, and he's like, no, I'm alright, and he gets blown up by a TIE Fighter.
You explain.
A stirring, yeah.
Yeah. So the reason why I'd want to go out with him is because we'd be probably flying in outer space, which would be freaking awesome,
That's legit.
and there would be snacks.
No, Ross, you gotta tell me what you're doing on your date.
He did.
going
Flying
flying.
around outer space.
So he's literally just like,
But where specifically are you?
Yeah.
You got a whole galaxy here.
For me,
What
it
size-
doesn't really matter. I just like space in
Andy,
general.
it's not what you're doing, it's who you're with.
In this case,
what
it would be
you're
more
eating.
what we're doing and what we're eating.
Oh, I see. So you're shallow. You're only going on a date with him because he has a cool ride.
And
And he's got
for
good
the
food,
free
yeah.
meal.
Yep,
I
exactly.
said, and you call me heartless.
Yeah.
Toying with a man's emotions, Ross.
A free meal is a lot different than genocide.
Hey, how serious is it going to be on our first?
That's up to
Exactly.
you, I guess.
Exactly.
You know. Oh man,
Kyler.
I don't want to go just yet.
But neither do I. Come on.
Okay.
You're next
no,
in line.
Christina.
Nope, you're
No,
next
Christina.
in line. You're going.
No,
Nope.
you go.
I'll go.
Okay.
All right. I chose
I'm gonna butcher his name. Churut?
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah,
True.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Great first
Okay.
date.
No, like I got really excited over this. Okay.
I was also super excited that she chose this because I wanted to choose True just so that I could talk about how much I love blind dates.
That's what I'm married to. All right. So.
Oh.
That was
Oh my gosh, that was good, Chris.
Sorry.
That was
Wow.
better than
I
oh my
apologize
god.
What
for
would you do on
interrupting.
this
Yeah.
date?
Tell us about True.
Okay, so first off, he's just so freaking upbeat. It doesn't matter if like it rains
very true.
or what happens on this date. He is going to think it's just the greatest, you know. And I've had a lot of really bad first dates where it gets like depressing towards the end, you know.
I did
It
my
would not
best.
happen. Sweetie, we were dating when we had
I
our
know,
first
I know,
date.
I
It
was-
was fine. Anyway,
You were
So-
dating when you had
They
your
were
first
already
date.
dating before they had their
yes.
first date.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Toys R Us was a great date.
so yeah, so then there's his
That's who our
outlook on the
moment of
world.
silence should have been before the episode. Toys R Us.
Well, there you go.
Anyway, sorry.
You guys just like interrupting Chirrut. Fine. No. Like, as far
Oh,
as
and
where
also-
we would. Shut your mouth.
I wish you could all see the look on her face.
Yeah. Remember the look?
Yep.
I just
okay.
watched that start here like a laser across the
Yep.
table.
I'm at the line. I can't go any further. Go ahead. babe.
Chris is looking like Jeddah right after the Death Star gets there. All right.
Now you're all looking at me and it's awkward.
I'm,
Nobody look at her.
No,
do not
hey,
look at
hey,
her in the
the
eyes.
guy goes wherever, like, the Force tells him to, so we would just go. But things would either work out or not work out, but it would be fine and it would be great and it would be awesome.
A
And-
force-prompted date.
Yes.
Yeah.
That sounds
I-
That actually
I thought that was
sounds
a great
really
idea.
cool.
If this date goes well, I'm pretty sure the guy knows how to use his hands.
Jess, high five. That's the kind of objectivity I wanted this episode to bring. Jess, that was beautiful. You can come
I
on this
was
show
trying
anytime.
to set this up and you kept ruining it.
Took
That was
way
worth
too
it.
long to
That
get to
was
the punchline because
It was worth it. It was worth it.
It still paid off.
Oh, my gosh.
Tyler, I believe we skipped you.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Oh, I wanna just add some more to Jess's
Oh
date.
no.
I could see. So I'm sitting there thinking, what would be a fun idea? Like maybe go shooting or something like that. He's a good shot. We know he never misses.
Yep.
So and I could totally see him like being like, "Oh, you don't know how to use the light bow? Here, let me hold you." Like puts his arms around you. You know. Like, I could totally see him like working some of those moves.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be good. I don't want to go
He's
yet.
smooth. He could probably dance pretty well. I mean, he's pretty smooth.
Yeah.
All right, Kyler, come on.
Nobody
No.
else is going
No.
till you go. No.
No, I don't want to go yet. One more. Give me one more.
My choice is Hayden Christensen Anakin.
Whoa.
What?
What?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
What?
Okay, listen to me. So, Hayden Christensen is, I believe, the only man we have ever seen go on a date in the Star Wars universe. He goes out and has a picnic. He rides some really weird little
Some
cow
tick
creatures.
cows,
Yeah,
yeah.
tick cows. I like that. Yeah. He falls off one and pretends to be dead. They roll around laughing, and then they go back and have a nice fancy dinner. Now, that should not have worked. Like, really, it was all awful from start to finish. He was awful from start to finish, and yet somehow, Padme ended up falling. That date must have been amazing. Like, I cannot see how, like, apparently he just dates really well because literally everything about him was screaming, "Don't touch this girl, get away."
Well, they get married a couple days later.
Yeah. So that must have been one heck of a date.
So you're saying you want Hayden Christensen, Anakin Skywalker, to inexplicably and completely win you over?
Why else am I dating? I mean, come on.
Fair enough.
So I want to go, and for our date, we are going to go to the beach and suntan on the sand.
Ross had water coming out of his nose.
No, we almost got a spit take. Yeah, taking a drink of water right at the wrong time.
Oh man, Carrie.
No,
No,
Kyler.
no. You
Oh
said
darn
one
it! I
more.
thought I was going to get away with it. Come on. Okay, you may, listener, have noticed a distinct lack of Poe Dameron and Oscar Isaac on my list. It's because I knew that if he's gonna show up anywhere...
Oh, wait a minute. So, listener, I feel like there might be some hard edits coming in soon. Okay. Just so you know, if there's just a random cut.
If it gets a little skippy there.
Yeah, just know. Okay, continue.
Let me tell you where I wanted to put Poe Dameron. Classically handsome. Boy next door. Hottie because they're funny. Brain over brawn. Best eyes. Best smile. Most chiseled jawline. Best body. Best sense of humor. Best husband. Sexiest voice. Best hair. Not really best dressed. Best wingman. Literally and probably romantically. Let's be real. If he were a villain, he would definitely be the most seductive. Best cuddle. Big or little spoon. Either way, I'm good. Who do you want to mug down with? Oh. Put me in a dark corner, alright? He can do anything he'd like. When he gets older, he will definitely be a silver fox. He definitely is the coolest friend. Soulmate, I could also see that happening, okay? So I'm going, how in the world do I put any of this? So I'm like, okay, I can't put him in like 15 categories. So I'm like, if I'm going to put him in just one, best date.
So this is really why Kyler introduced that rule, is so that he wouldn't just put Poe Dameron everywhere.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it really would be like a Poe Dameron, sweeping everything here. So, Poe Dameron, okay? The dude is dreamy. His eyes, you could just splash around in there for a while. He's got thick, luscious hair. Oh, man, that smile just wins you right over. So here's how I imagine it, right? Like I'm waiting at my house, I've been taking a couple hours to get dressed.
Already you've thought way too much about this.
I have thought a lot about Oscar Isaac in the past week or so. I'm just saying.
I'm sure it was just the first one.
So he'd, there'd be like the doorbell ringing or whatever. We'd get out there. There's his nice speeder, topless, of course. He definitely does like the...
Him, I was like...
No, if he shows up topless, I'm not complaining. We're still going. But yeah, he'd take me somewhere nice, but not like too nice, We'd probably be on like Chandrila or Hosnian Prime pre-destruction. Or like maybe Coruscant, but not like the skeezy parts that Anakin goes to, like somewhere nice, But not too nice. Like he's kind of down to earth, So he'd, open top speeder, the night air, kind of, blowing his hair, and I would just be affixed, I'd be melting already. Then, after during dinner, he's a good conversationalist. You just know everything he says would be interesting, and it would. Think of the stories he could tell.
Let me tell you about the time I committed mutiny.
I would listen with rapt attention. Okay. Yeah, or how about I flew inside Starkiller Base and destroyed it?
I think he'd be like the jock bragging too much about his sports.
Mm-hmm. No. Look at how tender he is. Look at how tender Poe Dameron is when he sees that Finn is alive and wearing his jacket.
That's just a nice bro moment, but not a date.
That's like a cool friend moment.
It's a smolder moment. Oscar Isaac only has two settings when dealing with people: smolder and smolder more.
Yeah. So you take that, the smolder of the bro, the genuine tender affection, and now you're on a date with this guy.
And he's smoldering at everyone else you meet.
Just that smolder has been cranked up to like 12.
It'd be hard to turn off Bro Dameron.
Yeah. So after dinner,
that one was mine. Thank you very much.
We'd go on a walk somewhere, like through some gardens maybe, or like on like a veranda or like some walkway somewhere nice, And it's all starry and there's like a little breeze and like hold hands or something. I don't know. And I would definitely pretend to be cold so that he'd put his jacket around me because I'm going home with that jacket. All right. And then
he doesn't have a jacket anymore.
He gave it to him.
Well, he's got a new one, I'm sure.
On some other guy.
I don't even care. I'll be his side piece. I don't care. And we'd talk for a while, and we'd kind of stop somewhere. And then
Ross, you just need to cut right there and pretend that.
I was gonna say, I think they're getting
we
close.
fade to black. No,
I might even just cut up this whole section just to make it look like
joke.
But we'll see what happens in the edit.
and then I'm just saying, if he leaned in for a kiss, I don't think I'd stop him. If Poe Dameron wants to go to second base on our first date, I'd probably throw the ball a little slowly. I'm just saying, wouldn't strike out. So there's
Be
my date.
honest here, he wouldn't strike out on any base.
Yeah, I'm done.
All right,
Okay.
Christina.
I
can see why you wanted to go last.
That was so
Yeah.
well planned. Like, I hope you put in even half the effort of that into a date with you. Like, wow.
You should have seen us when we're dating.
We had too many kids to go on dates now. I went with Ezra Bridger.
Rebels.
Well, because he's got, his force ability is basically speak with animals, right?
Mhm.
So we would go someplace with, like, some exotic animals, and he'd do his little, hey guys, don't kill us.
Yeah, come be
And
friendly.
then, and then I'd get to interact with some exotic animals
That would be a
I
pretty
cool
otherwise
date.
would not be
Yeah.
able to.
That's a good
That's
idea.
Yes, and then after we'd go somewhere, because La Paz is beautiful, we go somewhere really scenic where he's got a nice picnic set up, and then we'd, like, watch the stars.
And ride cow ticks. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my first.
Okay. You already went?
No,
haven't
No,
she's the last
they
one.
haven't gone.
Can we
Russell.
edit that, though, to make this one the last one?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Leave that part in.
Okay.
Or at least,
I don't care.
sticking it at the end.
You should, yeah.
That I might
In
do,
the end,
actually.
yeah. Go, Carrie, go.
Okay, I picked a classic. The version of this person from episodes. Ian McGregor. But I don't like Ian McGregor as Padawan.
Yeah.
I
That's
wouldn't
fine.
go on first date with him. And I feel like if he were out of the Jedi Order, he'd be a very classy date. He would pick somewhere for us to go, which I imagine was something like the opera house that Anakin and Sidious are talking with.
Oh, when they're in, like, the water
that's all
bubble.
going
Yeah.
on.
I have always
So he's going to take you to the opera, the space opera.
I looked
Okay.
up what
Yeah.
that was because I was like really curious. So I'd be going to the Galaxy's Opera House, watching a performance of Squid Lake is the name of their
Oh,
Yes, it is.
Of course it is,
Yes,
George.
Mon Calamari troupe of acrobatic performers is what it is apparently.
Okay.
So I would be watching that with my
That's classic.
I'd watch
my
that.
first date, my best first date, which made so
Yeah.
It was actually episode 2 and 3, Ewan McGregor, Obi-Wan as my soulmate.
Okay.
Yes, so
Good
I
choice.
totally
Yeah. I think all of those dates I would totally go on. That sounds awesome. Man. Listeners, we hope you have...
He went first.
Yeah, Ross
Yeah.
went first.
Right,
Jack
right,
Porkins,
right.
he's going to take him around his X-Wing and eat
Right.
breadsticks.
Breadsticks.
Yes, breadsticks. That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought your time was
So
got a
long.
little lengthy there.
I've been dying to get
I
that
thought mine
daydream
was
out.
long, but then,
Yeah, I've had that rattling around for a while. So, oh my goodness, guys. So that is the end of this episode. We hope you enjoyed listening to it as much as we had recording it. Oh my goodness. And hopefully Ross doesn't butcher me with too many edits.
You will find out.
I
sir.
know. Makes me sad. I'm
I do
worried.
seem to remember a slap that I need to get you back for a couple episodes ago.
Oh.
Ooh. The power.
Yeah, that's where I was going.
Except
Oh.
there was no slapback. So as slapback commissioner, I gave Ross permission to
Okay, so as usual, listeners, be sure to tune in again next week and listen to us. Go follow us on Twitter at More Civilized and continue the good discussion that is growing there with everybody. We appreciate all of your comments and feedback. Let us know who you would have in these categories. I'm going to actually put forth effort during the weeks before this airs, and I'm going to put out this list for all of you to fill out so that you can tell us who you would put in all your categories. And definitely, people, if you do this, you have to tell me who your first date is and what you guys would do. That's the question I want to know the most. And then join our Facebook group, A More Civilized Podcast. There's some good ridiculous memes going on right now in there. So
Yeah, that was going to be my shout out. Was
Oh, yeah, do it.
Steven and Lindsay have been doing a great job at keeping us well stocked with memes.
well, John had
they've all
another
been
good one
quality,
as
too.
well.
Yeah,
John
yeah.
Smith, he posted a good one that had me going. Anyway,
So,
so
yeah, you can.
and you on Twitter.
Yes, you can speak with me at Mr_R* on Twitter.
Yep. Please hop on Twitter and Facebook. Let us know what you'd like to hear more of, what you'd like to hear less of, what you really want to what you really want from our podcast, so that we can pander to you. And please hop on there and compliment our wives and tell us how great they were in this episode. And Let us know what you want to hear. Let us know how great our wives are, because we already know it, but we like to remind them. And in the meantime,
may the force be with you.
Always.
I'm Anna Graves, and thank you for listening to a more civilized podcast.
Good episode, everybody.